Greetings. Welcome to Snafu City. Let me get my guest on here. He's sitting in the wrong backstage, so let me go get him and put him in the right one. Oh man, I'm telling you, I could feel it. The month is upon me. Okay, so let me go get an invite for him. Okay. Oh, this is an invite. Yay! So give me one more second to close this down and to send this to him. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I try setting it so all sorts of fun things with StreamYard. One of the things they let you do, they let you have two people run on the same stream, and it says that you can go ahead and do that. And so I did that with my guest, and I'm not really so sure that he's able because we want a cool stream. I want the stream to go to both him and myself. And yeah, just click on that one, Tremain. Just click on that link right there, the one I just sent you. That will take you here, and that will take us to the show. Yeah, I don't know why that. I know Al and I we do that whenever we do the Midnight Society. I okay it. I okayed it because you have to okay it to let your guests can share the stream with you. I did that. And then the phone call, then we got a phone call. That didn't help things. That didn't help things out. That knocked me out. I had to go and build the complete room again. Ain't that something? So Tremaine will be here in a minute. I think he's gonna have to close out because he's not live where he's at now. Because I closed that room when the phone rang and knocked it out. So I had to rebuild the room and resend everything to him. So our guest will be here momentarily, and we will be watching the movie called SiMP. Ah, there he is. And of course, I fucking froze, right? Oh my God, anything go wrong today is going wrong today. Wow, I've never had a day like this. Not doing this show. Okay. Oh my God, this is whatever can go wrong today is going wrong. It's unbelievable. There he is.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes,
You're not frozen. Are you frozen on your end?
No, nope. I'm back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, what happened was I was bringing you on, and then when you called, it just knocked everything out. When you called in and went to try to get your phone call, it knocked everything out. It closed the room on me. So
gotcha. Yeah, StreamYard is tricky.
Now, are you? Now, I just send this link to you. I just sent it to you, so you should be able to stream from your own channel.
I did already. I am already.
All right. Because I want to make sure I did that. All right. So, thanks. Sorry about that. Means we have to rebuild. We had to rebuild, and hopefully, when people come to the channel, that's the bad thing is, so people are going to go to the other channel, the other room that we set up, and I've been promoting, and it's not going to be there.
It's okay. They'll see it. They'll find it.
So.
People are smart. So. People are smart these days.
Yeah, hopefully. I wish I was one of them. So we're gonna watch SiMP tonight. We're gonna watch it on we could do it two ways. We could do it on Tubi, or you can go ahead and put yours on YouTube. The one on YouTube will means, well, actually that won't be true either, Tremaine, because you will get ads throughout your movie. Um,
Well, it
that's what
depends on who watches it. If we watch it via my channel, I have premium, so it won't it shouldn't
ah
get ads. Tubi, we can watch via Tubi if you want.
yeah, it seems to be worked pretty well. Then we
Okay.
commercials happen, and then we can stop it. When one of us has commercials that says, "Hey, commercial," then we'll just wait till the other one catches up, and then we'll keep going.
Just a heads up, there's a couple parts that it might get this video demonetized because there's a couple choice words that are said.
Well, that's all right, because we don't play with the sound over. This is gonna be a commentary,
Oh,
so
gotcha. Okay.
we don't play live. Yeah,
Okay.
you get in trouble for that.
There's also a fake nipple that's there, so I'm not sure if that'll be a problem too.
Nope.
Maybe. Okay, it won't be a
See,
problem.
yeah,
Okay.
if they watch it on your channel, YouTube has already allowed it to happen.
Right.
Um,
Well, it's
or
blurred on my channel on YouTube. Yeah.
they didn't get you any trouble, did they? Oh, that's a good question to
Yeah,
ask.
it got me in trouble. It got me in trouble.
Really?
I didn't get in
How,
trouble, but it just got demonetized, and I
how,
tried to
how
fight
do they
it.
know? How do they know what it was? I mean, it's
No,
so small.
I blurred. I know it was blurred and everything already, but it was the words. It was two choice words that are used in the movie that got it demonetized. It was the the F word, but not the FU word, the FA word. So that's, I know it's just because it was used twice in the whole movie. It was used twice, so the whole movie gets demonetized on YouTube. But on Tubi, we're monetized fine, and it's great. So yeah,
YouTube is just out of control.
yeah.
It really is.
Well, and that's the thing is like it's the context. It wasn't even I could see if it was used in a hateful, derogatory manner, towards
Right.
someone, but it wasn't. It's characters two brothers talking to each other. I don't know. Anyway,
All right. Let me bring up my
let me take a sip from my mug.
yes. Man, I'm about ready to need it a lot more than that.
You
Um,
like my mug, Patrick?
oh, I love it. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you have those made for the movie, or were they part of the production, or?
Well, it's part of our Shopify. We have basically it's print on demand business, so people can buy official merchandise from the movie. So added a little plug in there for you guys.
Nice, nice. I thought it was going to be Cat Town. I was like, hell yeah! All right.
Well, that too. Yeah, we have that too. We get
That's
the
happening,
posters.
right? You know that's going to happen.
I know. Well,
Oh,
that's the plan.
we're bringing you back for Cat Town. There's no doubt about that.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Shit. Cat crazy. What can we say? Fucking cat crazy. How many cats do you have?
I only have one cat. People think I'm like obsessed with cats, and I actually didn't have a cat before we made the movie, so I didn't even have a cat. People are like, "What's your obsession with cats?" I'm like, "I don't even have a cat." And but then I do have one cat now. I do, but
Uh,
it's funny if you guys are watching this. Patrick and I send. Well, ever since Patrick saw the movie Cat Town, he sends me cat memes and reels on Instagram. So this is my
well,
life, guys. I
but,
get and I send them straight back. I send many. I get those too. I get a lot of cat stuff on the
many
internet.
friends will
It's
tell you
hilarious.
that they were getting cat reels from me way before you and I met. See,
Wow.
yeah, see,
So you've been doing it for years then. Yeah.
yes,
What's
yeah.
your obsession with cats? That should be the actual
Oh,
question, Patrick.
well, yeah, well, I do own a part cheetah, paladin. Cats have always fascinated me. They've always been my favorite animal, always.
Okay,
I think they're full of mystery, and they're fun, and
it's true.
yeah, they have so many different personalities. Um, they really do. It just makes me laugh. Paladin always says something funny. He's always doing something silly, even though he's going to be 15 this year.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh! Wow, that is a healthy. It's a healthy age to
yeah.
make it. Wow.
So So before we get into this, we're going to go ahead, and since we're so freaking late, I'm going to go ahead and wait a couple of minutes to let people get here. Hi, Nanette. How are you? Hi, Sue. How are you? Glad you guys are here. I know we're supposed to be on the other. We're supposed to be on a. We're supposed to be on another another box, but another room. But we're here in this one, so yeah, I'm glad we are, and I'm glad that you're on your channel, so you can get get the benefits from this on your channel as well.
Yeah, thank you.
It's uh it's 8:15. It's 8:15. We'll go about 8:25. We'll go ahead and
Okay.
start the film up, and then
So
for
okay, so how do we do this? So Pat, so I have it. I play it on my end too, and then you play it on
yes,
your end. We play
yeah,
at the same time.
we
Okay.
played at the same time, and then was we're watching the film, we'll just talk about it. We'll just
Okay.
now, I asked you too. I asked you before we earlier, and I asked you if he had seen Brooke around. I talked to Mikey for a little bit last week. He
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
he's gearing up to do a new movie, so that was really good.
Oh, great.
So couldn't tell me much more than that, but he is gearing up. So and he also had a national commercial for Amazon that's out playing now.
I
So,
just saw that. It tripped me out
so
because I saw him post about it, and then I was at my mom's house. We were watching a movie on Amazon, and the ad popped up, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is crazy! Like, that's
so
awesome."
badass.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's super
yeah.
badass.
Let's see. I am okay. I'm once we get going into SiMP here, things will be smooth and we'll have a lot of fun.
Do you want to pin the link in the comments? I just pinned the Tubi link on my channel, and so
Yeah,
anyone that's on my channel right now, I just pinned the official Tubi TV link, and then we'll give you guys a countdown, and then periodically we can just tell people that the marker that we're at right now, so people can catch up if they're just
right.
tuning in.
Yeah, I lost that whole page. So here's a SiMP link right here. What exactly is SiMP? I guess I should. I guess I should have asked that. I know there's different terms, but you know why? You know why I asked that? Because so many people use the wrong definition for terms. Like people are saying woke. They don't have a fucking clue what they're saying when they're saying they're woke. Dude, you have no idea what you're saying. You're like a little chihuahua when you hear a noise. Now you're sounding just like it. You don't even know what it means. Now I don't know what SIP means. I know I've heard people say white knight. Someone's white knighting, which means I guess someone who feels that they need to interject in an argument. I've heard of that. Um,
Yeah.
as far as well, shit, who hasn't been guilty of that? Anytime you step up to help a friend out, isn't that what you're doing? Aren't you basically white knighting and coming up there trying to help your friend?
Okay, so the first dictionary in Oxford says simp is a silly or foolish person. Now, this isn't really what the what it really is. It's more of a slang term. Now the AI slang definition says someone who is perceived to be overly attentive, submissive, or desperate in their pursuit of affection, particularly from a romantic interest. So I think that's a pretty fitting description for this movie as a simp. We won't give away who the simp is, but we'll see. I mean, it'll be pretty easy to figure out when once we do start watching it.
It's sort of funny. It's like I'm actually. It was funny because I really been thinking about. I was thinking about this today. Was I have a friend of ours who we met through a friend of the show, so to speak, and she has moved from she lived in a southern state and she moved to Vegas, and
Mm.
so she moved to Vegas and she's an actress and she's a model, and we were talking about it, and she said that she's looking for a safe, reliable photographer. It's like because you hear all the horror stories, and I was thinking, because I was thinking this, we're gonna be talking about that here in a couple of days, and so I reached out to her, and I told her as well. I have a friend in Vegas who I can ask to see if they see if they can see what they can recommend, who they can recommend. and I can thoroughly trust them. I trust them implicitly. And so I finally reached my friend in Vegas. I said, "Hey, who do you got that you trust? Like you yourself would use." And so she gave me a name, and I'm going like, it's sort of weird. It's like, yeah, you have to vet out. It's one of the reasons why I came to you. Her name's Nicole. Shout out to Nicole. Came to Nicole Vegas, and I said, hey, who do you have? Who do you know? Because I trust her.
Mhm.
And it's like I don't know anybody. And I can't just sit there and say, just call the Craigslist or whatever. It's just not a very smart thing to do. And you want to feel comfortable sending somebody who in you want to feel comfortable sending someone you don't really know yourself. But I do know Nicole, and whatever she says this person's as good as gold. You can take the word for it. That's what that she's sending you to a quality professional person. And but I was thinking about that when her and I were talking. I'm thinking about is how this movie started too. And yeah, it's out there, huh? It's out there. People, and we're also talking to a filmmaker too about his film that he made called the Eagle Death of Queen Cecilia, and it's basically also a cautionary story, just much like SiMP is. And he's talking about his character is has already reached YouTube famous, but then lost it. So
Mm.
her character now is just really trying to get back to where she once was. Like maybe she had, like the filmmaker who made it said that, he's been on YouTube for he's probably since one of the earliest ones. He
Mhm.
said that when he was on, he had like 8,500 subscribers. And at that time and place and time, he was actually considered a big tuber. He was
Oh,
very
yeah. That's
yeah,
huge. Yeah, that's
yeah.
huge back in the day.
So back in the day, I mean, now it's like, you're okay. It's so tiny. You know,
Yeah.
I think the definition is, I think you have to have like 10 or 12,000 followers before you considered not a small tuber.
Right. It's all relative. I mean, technically, you're a noob if you're under a thousand, right? You're kind of
Yeah,
5,000. You're up and coming. 10,000. You're more rocket
yeah.
launch start type
Well,
thing. I
well,
think a
people,
100,000 is now. I think now 100,000 is kind of that first point, and then I don't know. It is crazy, but yes. Nightmare says, "Are y'all going to count down when to start the movie?" Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
yeah,
We will give you guys a
yeah. Actually,
countdown.
actually, we will go ahead and start this. In about actually, we start this in about 60 seconds.
60 seconds, guys. Okay, countdown.
60 seconds. That's such a. I love that picture of Brooke right there. I,
Yeah,
I
don't you? It's a
yeah.
good poster, isn't it?
Have you talked to her?
I
I
yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
talked to her in passing. I mean, we'll message each other like funny,
Oh, s-
memes or whatever, respond
you're
to
not,
different
you're not saying her
things
cat
like,
names, are you?
no, no,
No.
no, no. No, I'm not. We did a behind the scenes. If you want to see the behind the scenes of how we did the poster, that's on my YouTube channel. You guys
Okay.
can check it out afterwards. So it was really
Yeah, you
interesting.
know what? I'm excited. I'm excited. Does she got anything new coming up? I mean, she get booked for anything new that
You gotta ask her. I know she's doing some training. I think she's doing some groundlings training in LA. I think she's definitely doing a lot of dance stuff. She does a lot of dance stuff with
okay.
her boyfriend and everything and
Yeah.
all that. But yeah, she definitely should. Brooke, if and when you're watching this, definitely do more acting, act for more
Oh yeah,
things.
yeah, she's destined. I mean, she's got the package. She got the talent and she's got the drive. And she got the acting chops. Very, very, I thought she did great, considering she was, acting against a very strong actor himself in Mike Markoff. Mike's very, very, very strong. and for her to come up there and just hold her own and make that movie. People are going to find out here in a minute. Um, make this movie outstanding. It's yeah. I hope that she comes back in front of the camera very soon. All right, here we go. This is SiMP, and away we go. SiMP. I just so cracks me up that term.
Yeah, let me know when to press play. By the way, guys, if you guys are new, I'm Tremain Hayhoe. I wrote and directed this movie. It's called SiMP. Wrote, directed, produced it, and we will get into details. Patrick, feel free to ask me anything while we're watching it, and hope we have a good time. Hope you like it.
That's right. Man, sorry about the smash up. So it's like,
You're fine. You're fine.
So, what did the idea of this movie generate from, Tremaine? I mean, you've done some other films, and you've done some other films that you
Wait,
worked
real
on.
quick, have you pressed play yet or no?
Yes, yes.
You did press play. Okay, wait. Let's do a clear countdown for everybody. Let's go back to 0. Let's do a clear countdown, and we can start it officially. We want to make sure we're queued up, we're synced up, Patrick. Right?
That's right. So, okay,
You want me to do a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Go.
sure. You're the
Okay.
you're
Okay, guys. Are you guys
the
ready?
clap.
Go to
I
the
got
link. Click on the link
clap.
right now.
Okay.
Yes. Guys, if you're watching this right now, go to the link on TUBI TV. It is pinned on our comments right now. And hit that. We're going to give you guys a couple seconds to do that. Go do that. Go do that. Go do that. Who's all ready? If you guys are ready, say 1 in the chat. Hopefully, someone says a 1 in the chat. And away we go. If not, you guys can all catch up with us at some point. But we are at 0000 right now.
That's
Right here,
right.
right now. I'm Tremain Hayhoe. I'm with Patrick, aka Have Cheetah Will
Have Cheetah.
Watch.
That should have
Party.
gave you. That should have gave you a small indication about the obsession with cats.
Okay, we'll talk about the cats. Okay, great. Nanette's here. We're ready. All right, we're gonna give you guys. We're at 000 right now. We'll give you a 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Money doesn't matter. Yeah.
So interesting about that quote. I was on a vineyard shoot and turned out to be Francis Ford Coppola's vineyard. We found out the day of, and ended up getting to interview Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather. And I asked him what his biggest advice was that he could ever take away. And he said that money doesn't matter. That's what he told me.
Yeah, people always say money doesn't matter. The only people that ever say that is the people who already have money already.
Well, exactly. And by the way, we were sitting on his 2,000 acre chateau, Patrick.
Yeah.
2,000 acre. The guy owns mountain regions. The guy owns forest regions. Okay.
But money doesn't matter.
But money doesn't matter, right? And Mario and I were splitting the Motel 6 down the street so we could be, I mean, I wanted to tell him, hey, buddy, why don't you and I switch bank accounts for a week, and then you tell me money doesn't matter. Right?
Yes. There's our girl, Brooke.
But I did. There's our leading lady, Brooke. Yes.
Yay. So had you met Brooke before? Had you known her before before you made the movie, or how did you end up casting her as our leading lady?
Yeah, so we met on this bachelor party movie. We have a mutual friend, Sean Valentino, who he actually found her via his casting that movie, and then Brooke and I became friends. He hired me to direct that movie, and it's a silly, over the top, like basically he's kind of like it's like a James Bond Mission Impossible parody, but on a very zero budget type thing. And we met. She played like a blonde bimbo type, but I met her. We got along. We laughed a bunch. She's obviously not a blonde bimbo. She's really smart, really intelligent.
I was gonna say anybody who thinks that she's you do that at your own peril.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then that's kind of what I wanted to portray in this movie, where I didn't want her to just be some damsel in distress or some blonde who's dumb that I didn't want it to be like that typical, because the story isn't a typical story.
I mean, I mean, she is doing something right here, like when I was watching this, I rewatched this scene a couple of times where she did make a mistake. Her character makes a bad mistake here, and it's like it does happen. And I thought, like I said, this is what I really like about this scene right here is that while it's there for the story, but even as you're watching it, there's something in the back of your head going like, I need to mark this down in my head to make sure me or any of my friends are not in this position. Like this is not while this is a movie, unfortunately, this right here is stuff that we see off too often. Uh,
Right. Real quick, I want to say shout out to Ramos Oil, my friend Dylan. Uh, his company, Ramos Oil in West Sacramento. This is where we shot this part. We had an empty warehouse to shoot it at. So that was really awesome. What's up, Lisa? Good to see you. We're doing a director's commentary. We are at 3 minutes, 34 seconds. And she's just
and
walking in to the darkness.
just walking in.
Uh-oh. So with
Oh, the music, the scene right here. Yeah, that's pretty bold. I like the little heart over the eye.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, this is Sacramento. I shot this drone shot. This is the famous Sacramento Bridge, the famous baseball stadium back there. There
Uh
is
huh.
an intersection that was by my apartment that I thought looked cool. So we're just showing that they are driving up to this. This is a Forest Hill Bridge. It was in the movie Triple X starring Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel jumps off that bridge off a car. So that's a
That's
very famous bridge that is about 45 minutes north of where we are.
Yeah. You couldn't do it. You had to do it on Sacramento River. You couldn't do it on the American because the American's always too fast.
Well, yeah,
At
I
the
mean, I wanted to showcase Sacramento. Here's Mike.
Yeah, I lived on a little street. I think I told you this little street called Landis Avenue in Carmichael.
Oh, really? No way.
Yep,
Nice. No,
yep.
you didn't tell me that. That's cool. Wow, that's that's awesome.
I mean, my brother Jerry used to go down to the bank and hunt for. We used to hunt for all the fishing gear that get snagged on the blank bank. Man,
Oh,
we come back with a whole tackle box full of stuff.
there you go.
So here we go.
So Todd improv that the way he delivered that line, which is I thought was pretty funny. His actual name is Todd. He's a good friend of mine. He's a filmmaker in it himself.
I hear that casting directors and sometimes directors they'll do that to an actor. They'll give them their first name as a character name to help them get through the script. Like because you know sometimes you don't always necessarily know your name. You're like, okay, you're gonna be, your real name is John, but we're gonna be calling you Joe here. And sometimes they forget, and they
Yeah, and for me, a lot of people put a lot of weight on making names, and I'm like, I don't really typically remember character names unless it's like Luke Skywalker or something like that, So it doesn't really matter what their name is, to be brutally honest. Um, I think
yeah. See, I don't think you're dumb just because you do something not smart. No, I don't think her character was dumb. It's something new. I mean, a lot of people they don't know.
well they
That we don't. They don't know. All of a sudden, here you are. All of a sudden, you start becoming a social media influencer or personality. There's no training class for that. There's no. Okay, I'm going to go to class and learn how to become a YouTube person. You know, so and you hear people tell stories all the time. Hell, I hear stories all the time
oh,
about how many actors. I can't tell you how many actors I've talked to that got their first jobs through Craigslist.
there's the fake nipple, by the way. Sorry, it's a fake nipple, guys. So
Oh my gosh! Oh,
Um, so she agreed to wear pasties, but the thing is, loosely based on a true event. And what really happened was the girl got kidnapped in the trunk, and her boob was exposed. And the kidnapper ended up covering her up, and she thought that that was kind of weird that he covered her up versus like taking advantage of her. So anyway, that was inspired by that. But she didn't want to use her real nipples. So I'm like, well, what if
But,
Amazon had fake nipples? So we got fake nipples, and that's the rest of the story there.
it's funny too. See, I see. I think I like the idea that she didn't feel like it was going to stop the story, and neither did you. It wasn't, it was like, okay, if it's there for a split second, it's there. But it's not like you walked up to her and said, "Okay, here's what we're going to need you to do. We want you to be topless when we open the trunk door."
Right, exactly.
It's,
It serves the purpose of the story, and then also it's that subverts expectation. Oh, we got an ad right there. Did you get an ad?
not yet, no, but I'll stop until you come back.
Okay, pause it, guys. We got an ad. Pause it while
Yep,
we get paid, which is nice. This is a
yeah.
nice thing. If you guys have an ad, just wait it out. And I'm watching a T-Mobile ad right now. It's always interesting seeing what type of ads that
Is you two
that they
throwing
serve.
ads your way?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, unfortunately. I've thought about maybe I'll bleep out a lot of the curse words and then re-upload it. What do you guys think? Should I do that so I can be monetized?
No, I think you should show your film as it should be showed.
Yeah, I know. It's that tough thing, but it's like I lose out on money. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but I figure like, hey, if people want to watch it for real, they can go to
I
Tubi
just
TV.
personally, I think what really sucks about this is the fact that you can't turn around and sit there and tell YouTube like, "Hey, I'm and so, and this is my account, and this is my channel name, this is my account number, and we're gonna be watching my movie at this time." And so you can play it live. You can play it live if you wanted to, uh, in front of an audience. But a lot of times, I mean, no, we always get snagged. As soon as it's like I play, if I played your movie live, as soon as there's any music or anything in there, I get nailed for that. I get a strike.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Even though you, that's why whenever I have bands come on, I always tell them you have to do original music. You can't do covers because if we do covers, I'm gonna get tagged for it. I'm already gonna get tagged for it anyway. Even if you do originals, but it's easier for me to go up there and say it's they're guests, they're friends, I'm interviewing them. And the
Totally.
thing is though, are you back yet?
I'm back. I'm back. So I'm at 848 right now. We see the top of the cabin. It's a beautiful cabin in Forest Hill. Let's go back to. I'll do a little countdown to play. Or did you hit it play yet?
No, I'm 20
Okay.
I'm 20 seconds behind you.
Oh, okay. How did he get 26? Okay.
Man.
Get to 848. Pause it. Then we'll do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Ready? Go ahead and do
Okay.
this.
Ready?
No,
848, guys. If you guys aren't.
I got a commercial now.
Oh, you got a commercial now. Okay. All right. That's okay. So that's why I think. So we'll wait. So I think we do have the same commercial. So I don't know how you got 20 seconds
I had
behind me
baseball.
because you did it the same exact time that I did. That's
I had baseball, and now I'm having T-Mobile.
weird. Okay. I had T-Mobile as well.
What happened to Zach and Donald? I thought they were doing T-Mobile.
Oh, I'm not sure. Speaking of Donald, I'm going to see Donald Glover tonight. Super random.
Yeah.
There's a California Film Festival, California Film Foundation event, and it's the 30th anniversary type thing. And not Donald Glover, Danny Glover.
I was gonna say
Donald Glover's his son. Yeah. Did I say Don? Yeah. Danny
is
Glover.
Donald Glover his son?
Donald Glover is his son. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You didn't know that? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why he's so good, I think.
I did not know that. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Are you at 848?
Yeah.
Okay. 848, guys. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Man, that's cool.
So this is Forest Hill, California, at a cabin. It's an Airbnb. Actually, I asked permission of them before. I kind of struggle with that because sometimes if you ask places if you could film there, they jack up the price or they just say no, like, oh, I don't want anyone filming here. But they were actually really nice enough to let us film, and they were great.
Let's see. Nanette is saying, I have a Fire TV, and the commercials I usually get center towards me when I watch. I don't know. I don't sure how they do that with Tubi. Sometimes I think they do that too. I think they center their commercials to what you pick and watch on their, what movies you watch. I sometimes feel that's what they do with the commercials. They aim those commercials at you.
So this place, yeah, we can keep the. Let's talk about the movie. so, um, so this banter is like a lot really brotherly, but he's the younger brother, but he's kind of the lead, and he kicks the older brother out. And even though they're kind of partners in crime, he's like, "Oh, I got this on my own." Um, I really think this cabin was perfect. It took forever to find it. You had to do a lot of digging for location scouts. It has to be the right location, has to be the right price. It has to, we're indie film, so then of course here's a little visual sight gag. U.S. president, really alien in human suit. So like just a goofy National Esquire. I remember growing up, I saw those like Bill Clinton. What was it? Bill Clinton knows the secrets of UFO, and Monica Lewinsky's an
Oh,
alien, and all,
yeah,
all this.
world news this week.
Yeah,
They always have Bat Boy on
Bat Boy. Yes, Bat Boy. Yeah, Bat Boy comes out of his cave, like all this stuff.
Uh,
Shout out to Fair Oaks Brew Pub. This is at beautiful city called Fair Oaks, and it's a Fair Oaks Brew Pub. Wei Wei is the owner. She was played the waitress, so that was her little cameo. And here she is. Also,
that's
this
right.
is this is Tuesday. A lot of filmmakers. I know I'm not the first person to ever do this, but I always like movies that are self-contained. So we know that this movie takes place in the span of a week. So it's kind of I like movies that whether it's 24 hours, 48 hours, one day, or one week. I always like movies that are self-contained that way.
Now, what are the movie? What are some of the what are some of the movies that influenced you on this? Because when I was watching this, there was one movie I could think of, though. I'm not sure if you would. I'm not sure if you would know about it. Um, it came out in the '70s, and wow,
What
freeze.
movie is it?
Um,
Oh, we just
it's
went
called.
sideways.
It was called. Am I sideways still?
Hmm.
Okay. Let me know if I freeze.
You are frozen.
Oh shit.
You can hit refresh, and you'll come
Yeah.
back onto it. You don't have to start a new thing or anything. Oh, there you go. You're back. You're back. You're good.
There was a movie in the '70s by an actor named Charles Bronson, and him and his wife. He had a wife. His wife in real life was named Jill Ireland, and they made this Western movie called From Noon to Three. And
Hmm.
basically, it really she starts as being kidnapped by him, and then during the course of the afternoon, they end up falling in love with each other.
Hey, interesting. Huh. No, I haven't heard of that one. What's
Very
it called?
interesting.
From noon till 3?
From Noon to Three.
Okay, okay.
Now, oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh my god, real
Yeah,
clear to do that. I mean,
he's
but
he's
it's
so
it's
nice.
gotta.
He's so nice to kick the water ball to her. What a guy.
Now, where'd you come with the idea of using the medieval bird faces? Those bird faces are they were termed what, medicine men back in the Middle Ages? Some
Yeah, so the original story, they said that there's this underground organization called Dark Plague or Black Plague or something, and their symbol were all these like plague doctors. So I was like, all right, that's kind of a cool look and it's a simple and effective way to use it. And then it's like one of those things where you're kind of like, oh, is this guy going to be wearing this mask the whole time? You know, but I guess spoiler alert, he doesn't. This is one of my favorite scenes to shoot, ironically. Top ramen. It was we like in my first movie there we had him called Rideshare, where he prepares a burger and he poisons the burger and he puts like a smiley face in powder on the burger as he's for his food delivery drive. So I kind of want to have that in each of my movies, a scene where someone's prepping food at some point. But top ramen is like, what's the cheapest thing that he could be feeding her at this
If you
moment?
did, you should you should actually put a feature top ramen in every one of your movies.
I should. I
I
should.
talked to a
They should
director.
give me royalties. Give me free top ramen for
I
one.
talked to a director, and every one of his movies, he has Pop Tarts in it. If you look at
Oh,
every
really?
one of his, yeah, every movie he made, feature or short, there's Pop Tarts in a scene.
Real quick, if you see this, her nails, she's got donuts on her nails. So she's she's like super extra. I told in the casting thing, I said, "Oh, Amber is a super extra girl." And in her audition video that she sent me, she had these nails. Now, now here so here there's a Russian like underground thing, like he speaks Russian. That's a complete red herring. It's kind of like you want to throw the audience off. Oh, is this guy Russian? Does he speak Russian? Is he talking to the Russian mafia? What's going on with that? So just like a small little nod to that. And actually, I made the mistake because there should be yellow subtitles underneath that, but there aren't.
Oh,
Uh,
right,
and
right, right.
and
He,
what he
yeah,
basically says is, oh, it shouldn't be easy, but it shouldn't be hard. Just do it for 50,000. Let's start the bidding at 50,000, something to that effect.
uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, how did you, of course, we got to ask this, how did you meet Mike?
So Mike, so I put up a thing on LA Casting, and funnily enough, Mike told me how he never applies to gigs on LA Casting. I mean, LA Casting is a really clunky site, really crappy. But I mean, you find a lot of talent there, and I was getting really depressed because I could not find the right leading man, and anyone that had applied to the movie was a line between terrible and completely horribly awful. So we had nobody that was even close to being able to play it, and then he submitted a role, and yeah, I guess he was reading off a teleprompter, which I couldn't tell at the time. I'm like, oh man, this guy's really good. He memorized the lines and everything. And then he told me later that he had a teleprompter, and it kind of turned my world upside down. But
So
um,
he was using that for his audition tape.
he thing is with him, like he had a look. He had like with this character, he has to be. He couldn't be this like 500 pound, like schlubby type guy that you would never see her ever like falling for. He had to have like good looks, but
Right.
also an edge though too. And Mike certainly has those things, right?
But my very favorite part of this movie is, right? My very favorite part
No, what is it?
when they're out there with the blades and they're throwing the axe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because Mike, he, that's no joke. If you go back and watch his series called Death Squad, go
Mhm,
back and look how he handles those weapons.
mhm.
He's very at home with those. I was like, damn. I said that to him. I said, you look like a blade master. I mean, you look like you really know what you're doing back there. And yeah, he's very comfortable around it. And if you watch that scene, you'll see that he's very comfortable with the axe. He's
Mhm.
there's no fumbling around. Like, no, he's comfortable with it.
Well, I think he had to do a lot of training for that too,
Mhm.
especially
Yeah.
with that show. So yeah, he knew his way around the blade.
Did he tell you about Death Squad, the on location shoot for that?
No, he didn't tell me about it.
So they were in, where were they in, Latavia, or they're in Eastern Europe, and they're filming Death
Oh,
Squad, and they shot their film like, like 70 stories down a shaft. It's like,
oh my gosh.
oh god, you couldn't get me
Real
there.
sorry, real quick. This is Rucka Rucka Ali, and then this is Janine Romney. Janine Romney is an actress slash real estate agent out here in Sacramento, but he is a huge YouTuber. He has 1,000,007, I think, YouTube subscribers, but this is his first big acting role. Actually, his first acting role before that was my movie Rideshare, but this is a lot bigger role that he has. And this character is kind of funny. I told him like a character who thinks he's James Dean, right? But he's really not, obviously. Like someone who everyone always thinks that they are more than what they are. And I thought he played the role perfectly. But anyway, back to Mike and
It's sort of ironical you used a YouTube star in a movie, a cautionary tale about YouTube, or
right.
or social media.
Social media, yeah, in general. Oh, Nanette's got a commercial. Should we pause it?
Okay.
Let's pause.
Pause.
Just pause it for Nanette. Let's pause it for
Just
Nanette.
pause it for Nanette.
Yeah, we got you, Nanette. So we'll pause it. I'm at 1943 right now. Paused.
I'm at I'm at 1947.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll go to you. I'll go to you. I'll go to 1947. Pause. It's a good year.
I think we're gonna start seeing these type of movies come out more and more. The Eagle Death of the Queen Cecilia. That is that is a very. I mean, you can actually take a few words out off of here, off a few words away from it, and I mean, you could make it into a PG-13, and you could run that puppy up there in some schools and what have you, as like you got to be careful, you got to be smart. I mean, it's a very real thing to see, and so many people have been just wiped out because of social media. Whether they try to be cute or they get arrested. Um, people doing, people get hurt. The one guy in Washington, I saw that clip where him and his buddies, they were doing a clip. They're supposed to be doing a gag, and what they did, they pressured some kid who's walking down in the store, and they're pressuring him, and he's really uncomfortable with them because they're hitting his face. Well, he feels threatened, so he reaches out and he shoots one of them. He shoots
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I think he got probation, but the fact of the matter is that he felt threatened,
Yeah.
because he had nowhere to go. It wasn't just him and the other guy. They had like a little like a half moon around the guy. And and then and he's like he kept on telling him over and over, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. And then they kept on pushing it for views, and the guy almost the guy, the big star, he almost died right there.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well,
Um,
I know I fear for a lot of people what they try to do for views, what they try to do for attention, and when you get rewarded for more views, it's really really scary. It's a really scary thing.
okay, is Nanette, are you back yet?
Nanette, where you is Nanette? Where you at?
Mhm. Man, that's a nice looking microphone there too.
Thank you.
You got the bow tie on, and man,
You
you're ready
just
to go.
noticed this, Patrick? We've been on for 48. I know. I'm here. It's a show. If I'm the director, I gotta be. You know. Although, am I wearing pants? No. But
Oh,
we can talk about. No.
I,
I'm
I
wearing
think
shorts. I'm wearing shorts and slippers. I'm not. I'm not.
there's, you know
naked.
what, during the pandemic, an equal amount of men and women were only wearing, from the
Well, I always get a kick out of Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, right? Because he always has Nanette's back. Because he always has a suit and tie, and then he's got like goofy shorts and flip flops that he wears. And the guy's a billionaire, so it's like that's funny. All right, Nanette. All right, so we're back at 1947 right now. Let's bring
yeah,
it back out. You ready?
yep.
Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
I thought what I really enjoyed about watching Brooke and Mike as well is, and it really comes across here. It is hard. It's hard to do. I take it you did all the casting yourself. You didn't hire an agent, a third party to do it. You found all your actors yourself. Is especially for an independent movie where they don't have the money to do. I can't believe they do what they call a chemistry test. I guess just to
You,
make
you
sure
know
that
what's so funny is that it was kind of a complete oversight on my end. We never did a chemistry test with these two. I was just thinking like, oh yeah, they'd be good for the role. And then they finally, they did some run throughs on set and stuff, and it was just like it was just perfect. I mean, it was just fireworks. I mean, they were able to work well together with each other, and then in any downtime, they practice. They practice for the next scene the next day, or they practice, the same day before we're rolling. And yeah, I mean, I thought to myself, I'm like, what if it was terrible? Because sometimes you have two actors in there and there's zero chemistry. Because there has to be chemistry for these two. There has to be some form of chemistry, because if there isn't, then the whole movie doesn't work at all. Like, none of the movie works, it doesn't become believable. And, but this agent is a friend of mine, Al, who there wanted this kind of a subplot of the agent kind of being an idiot, and or just not really thinking it's serious, or people thinking, "Oh, is the agent in on it because he's so nonchalant about stuff? Like, is he did he set this up?" I wanted to have a lot more questions than answers. Um,
You look at her performance right here, and you're thinking, you look at it, and you're going like she doesn't really seem to be, that much danger, so to speak. And I think her the way that she is playing, playing now, I think it acts as a relax, like she's presenting herself like, look, I'm no threat to you. I'm not going to do anything. You can relax. Because a lot of times in a kidnapping situation, the real stress is on the kidnappers. They have
mm.
everything to lose. The kidnap, of course, they, that's no walk in the park, of course, uh, but it's just like
Well, and that's the thing. I think going back to what I didn't want it to be a typical thing where she could have been like, "Oh, you bastard! Do you know who my so and
right,
so is? You know what I'm gonna do to you when I'm gone?" Like, we've seen that a million times. And
right.
for her, I wanted her to be more of like, "Hey, you know what? If I'm nice to this guy, I can do this." Now, this scene was filmed the first day we shot. This is the last thing we shot the first day, and it's like 8 pages of dialogue. Is a decent amount of pages of dialogue, and, they really crushed it. I mean, we did a
I mean,
bunch of different
no, you
takes.
just look at Mikey's character here, and he seems, he knows that he's, he's in his eyes. He's sitting there, and he's sitting there, and he sort of knows, like, he doesn't want to do this, and then it's almost like pressure on him to do it. Like he has to. He doesn't come across as a straight out vicious guy. He comes across more like a guy who just got in over his head.
Well, you nailed it, I think, and that was the thing about with this movie, is that he's not this cut and dry villain. He's not just this evil guy, right? And you're kind of sentimental towards him in
Yeah.
certain ways. You kind of feel bad for him. And real quick, it's kind of funny. I kept having to tell Mike to. I'm like, Mike, could you just button up your shirt a little bit? But then he didn't. He just wouldn't do it. He wanted to show the little chest hairs and stuff. But but I mean, the character Dan should be
You got
more
you gotta give the
like
ladies
reserved. Like, well, yeah, exactly. I got to give the ladies something, but at the same time, like for Dan, he's really self conscious, right? And
right, yeah.
and the way a lot of people hide their insecurities is he tries to brag, like he says how, oh, I'm uh you know
And,
uh
I'm sure he also did part of that. I'm sure he probably did part of that scene like that too, as a way to making Brooke a little bit more uncomfortable too, because
well, yeah, yeah, exactly. And that is kind of a tactic that he could use, where he's trying to
you
almost
you you know,
almost overly compensate for
your scene
him.
partner sitting there with a real skimpy top on, and she's being asked to do that, and it's sort of like, I'm solidarity with you a little bit. I mean, it drives the story. It does drive the story. See, he feels like this right here, all this type of menace right here. He just feel like he's just like, man, it's not, he's not harmless. Don't make that mistake. I mean,
Yeah, especially
you
this shot right there when you see him, and it gets the rack focus to him. And you see him, and then it's kind of one of those things where he's bragging. Like, she's asking, so she's literally asking questions, getting
Yeah.
information from him,
Yeah.
and he's bragging, and so she's feeding into his ego, and then he realizes, hey, oh hey, shit, I shouldn't be giving her. She's asking too many
You
questions.
can tell you right now, Dan has not seen The Incredibles.
Oh, really?
No, you can tell that because if he does, he would know that he shouldn't be monologuing.
I haven't seen The Incredibles, so
You haven't seen
that's
The Incredibles?
no, I haven't.
Oh
The
my god!
computer animated movie, right?
I think every film director needs to go and watch The Incredibles because there's some funny ass shit in that
I
movie.
think I tried watching, but I got so annoyed by the mom's voice because she like talks like this the whole time, and it just
Oh,
like,
Holly Hunter?
oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it just bugged the crap out of me, so I didn't watch the full thing.
yeah. Holly's yeah, she got that voice.
But maybe
But they,
maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I can look past
oh, that's
that.
a classic. That's a classic.
Is it?
The superhero story. So you know, one of the key points is the main villain gets up there and he starts saying how villains tend to monologue. They sit up there and like like that's what they do. They get up there, they'll get out there and spend 20 minutes on what they're gonna do to you, and then they leave the room. It's like it's just hilarious.
That is true. That is really funny. I know it is funny. Or villains always tell you what they're going to do to you instead of just doing it. You know what I mean?
Jason
And
Lee, he plays the
I'm gonna get my home.
like
There we go.
the kid. Um, uh, God, what's his name again? Holy crap! I got the anyway. He goes up there and he's talking to the Incredibles, and he starts talking, and all of a sudden he starts laughing. Says, "Ha! He almost got me monologue." It makes me laugh. Man, that would be, the hard. It would be hard, in a sense, because it would be hard. It makes you really think about what people are made of. But man, to me, it would be really hard to be that you want to hurt this girl. I mean, because she's so, she's really cute, and she's really pretty. She's respectable. I mean, she's respectful. I just think, that every minute that you're there, you just like, yeah, I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to do anything like this.
Well, and that's the thing, kind of her tactic where, hey, if I kind of make this guy fall in love with me, maybe he'll let me go, right?
But,
And oh, we got Joe, aka Lake Fall Studio, in the building. What's up, Joe? We are at, if you're keeping track on Tubi, we are at minute 28:29 right now. So if you want to watch along with us, um, or ask us anytime where we're at, I will tell you so you can watch along with us. We're watching it at Tubi TV, so the place where we are monetized, which is really nice. But this is
yeah,
where he's kind of this is where his like trying to be sentimental, like, oh, it's not my intention to hurt you, right? It's
right,
like,
right.
well, you kidnapped me.
Yeah, you put drugs in me. I probably wouldn't be. Yeah, I'd probably be a
Like
little bit.
this is like gaslighting 101. I mean, yeah, my intentions are to keep you safe. Like, drugged her and kidnapped her. He's like, oh yeah, yeah, well, I'm just here to keep you safe. like, like he's her hero, right? You know.
Right, right. Yeah, that's classic story too. Classic kidnapping type. When you get in there, you divide and conquer.
Mhm.
You try to find the one you can feel the most sympathy with, and latch onto them, because most of the time they're gonna get feelings, they're gonna feel guilty, and then they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna help out. They're gonna help you out. Uh, Very famous movie where that probably one of the ones I can remember where that sort of happened was Afraid of the Dark, Alone in the Dark with Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, huh. I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's a great movie. It's Audrey Hepburn. She plays this a woman who's blind, and a friend of theirs has the roommate of hers has smuggled in some drugs, and
Hmm.
the, the, uh, it got it got put in her apartment by mistake, and so they're trying to recover the package of the heroin package. This is in the 60s, and she's blind, and one of Richard Crenna's characters feels sorry for her because they're trying to find this drugs and do it by deceit. They don't want to do anything, violent. But then it comes to the point where that's the only way they're going to get away with it. And so he tries to help her out, and then Adam Arkin, who plays the main bad guy, he kills him.
Oh
But
wow.
he was trying to save her.
Dang.
Your real estate agent did a really nice job.
Shout out to Janine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line was improvised. This is just a party for me. I think that's a pretty good one. And get
I'm
out of
at
this mess. Call me when you. And I love the American flags in the background. We filmed this around 4th of July, so
I'm at a commercial.
I'm at a commercial too for Talladega Nights.
Oh God, tell it. Oh, okay, yeah, the stock car. No, I'm watching Lionel Richie a push bingo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, and we are at Wednesday. Do you have a long break or is it a short break?
Right now I'm still watching Lionel Richie.
Okay.
Oh my God, all these commercials are mostly all gambling sites. There's another
Oh.
one. Yeah, I still got another gambling site.
You mind if I make myself a cup of coffee real quick?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'll be right back, you guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Patrick, keep doing what you're doing.
Break out your cat.
I can.
Oh, I think I froze again. Ah.
Okay, cool. And then that's at a commercial as well. My coffee's almost ready. I just fed my cat, and I'll bring her out in a sec.
This is the weirdest TUBI commercial ever. Huh. I think I have to ask Tremain if he's gonna do like a return to Cat Town. Oh, I would have put her on the bed at least. All right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pause until go ahead and pause and at 31:58. We'll get let Tremain okay, and now then that's in a commercial. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, I should do that too. You guys missed it. Okay.
All right, I am back. We're at 31:36.
Let's see. We are at where am I at here? I'm at 31:58. Where are you at?
Okay, I'm at 31:36.
Okay, let me go back. Okay, I'm right with you.
Okay. All right,
Right.
that's outside of the cabin. It's perfect. All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, Three, two, and one.
There you go.
So the outside of the cabin, that looks pretty iconic. It's an iconic looking log cabin. I love that. And then if you look at the eggs and bacon, it looks like a little smiley face,
Yeah.
or it
Well,
looks like Mr. Bill from SNL back in the day. Like, oh no,
oh,
yeah, oh no.
no.
So, just a little nod, a little funny nod. Those eggs and bacon actually look pretty good. I think we actually did eat those afterwards, or she
Is
did.
that-
Someone.
oh, okay.
Oh, we call this the vape and bake, the bacon and the vape and bacon scene. So he's like chewing on the bacon and vaping in between munches. So
Right, right, right.
he's like nonchalant, like trying to be cool. Like, yeah, I mean, you notice he's getting more and more comfortable with her. So he's kind of letting his guard down more and more, and you'll see him kind of, he's wearing that flannel jacket now. You see him in his pajamas and his flip flops now, right? So he's
See, yeah,
slowly, progressively getting more and more comfortable around her, which is to her advantage.
right, right. And he's just he's just talking and I mean it would actually have been interesting if he would have at this time if he actually would have put her on the bed or two actually take it away unleashed under her hands at least while she ate like sitting there while
Mm,
sitting there. Okay, I'll let you have your hands while you eat, but then I got to put them back after your.
right, but yeah, well, he'll get to that point. This part with the wine,
uh,
we did use no, we didn't use real wine, so that kind of bugs me. It bugs me. Well, she didn't want to drink real wine, which that did bug me. Sorry, Janine, that did bug me though. 'Cause I
oh,
always
did it?
like I can always tell if it's real wine or not real wine or real wine aficionados, which I'm not a wine aficionado by any means, but
What did
um,
she drink?
it was like grape juice. I think it was cranberry juice or something like
Okay,
that.
okay.
Um, but
Well, I've always wondered about that. Like do you have to go every time you go see a heavy drinking scene, like at a bar or whatnot, and they go back there and they grab drinks, and they pour. You always wonder, like, is that live or Memorex?
you're right. I know. I think it depends on the people. It's technically not supposed to be. You're technically not supposed to be drinking on set, but I think there's a lot of actors that are method that way and have drinks. And
Man,
I kind of I think as long as you're not doing too many takes, I don't see anything wrong with having a real drink for effect. Um, but I
I,
guess Nicolas Cage famously got really hammered in the scene that leaving Las Vegas when he flips the table over.
I,
I guess he was like blacked out drunk at that point. And I mean, hey, it won him an Oscar. So, hey, if it worked for Nick Cage, it might work for you.
I hated that movie. Did
You
not like.
hated it? Oh, really? Why?
Oh, I just hated it. I just thought it was just so I don't know. It was self-indulgent. It's like incredibly. I mean, look, if he wants to die, okay, I understand that. I do, I get that. But to do it the way he did, it's like I mean, it's like wow. If you're that hard on for it, if you're that angry about it, man, just do it and get it over with.
I
And
know, but it's a pretty tough movie to watch a lot of times. And I mean, I love that movie. It's not a feel good movie of the summer, but I mean, it shows alcoholism and as a real disease. And it is something that he's
I
so.
th I the one that got me, Tremaine, and it just killed me, was, when they did that movie,
Gone in 60
Gone
Seconds?
Girl. No, it was
Oh,
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. Oh, yeah, that was talk about Debbie Downer movies. Oh my
Ben Ben
gosh.
Aff Ben Affleck had, like how long did he have? I think he had, like, 4 or 5 years of sobriety underneath his belt when he did that movie,
Mhm.
and he went to David Fincher, and he said, "For this last scene, I feel like I really need to drink. I need to really feel the character or whatever the bullshit he's saying to justify it."
Mhm.
And I'm just thinking to myself as David Fincher, you're looking at him and going, "You know what? I don't care what you feel or how you feel about it. There's just no fucking way you're gonna drink on my set." But he didn't. And
Wow.
no, he let him drink on the set. He gave his whole sobriety for a scene, and I'm just thinking to myself, what a horrible director, what a horrible human being. Like, like, why would you do that? For
Well,
what?
that reminds me of the time, was it Dustin Hoffman talked about how he was, what was the movie? Marathon Man. When he's Marathon Man and loses all that weight and he's not sleeping at all and he's not eating, he's not sleeping. So he wanted to do the method way. He's like not eat, not sleep. And who was the veteran actor in that movie, Marathon Man?
Laurence Olivier was
Yeah,
operative.
Laurence Olivier. Okay, so he goes
Yeah,
to Laurence Olivier. He's like, yeah, I'm really getting into character. I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating. I'm doing this. And Laurence Olivier famously goes, he was like, what else should I do? And Lawrence goes to him, he's like, have you tried
acting.
acting? Yeah, have you tried acting?
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, yeah, please, it's like
I read
you
that.
just you don't have to kill yourself over,
No,
you don't actually have to run a marathon to play a marathon runner. You don't have to actually,
you don't have to go out
you
there
could
and lose
try.
32 teeth, and you don't have to go out there and give up your sobriety, which is your family, or your wife, and your kids are home, and then you're sitting there going like, I feel like I need this character needs to drink.
Dude,
I
yeah.
don't honestly, God, I didn't know what was worse, the fact that he actually said that, or the fact that Fincher just turned to the other cheek. He turned away from it.
It would be tough. I would say, I'm trying to think what I would say in that situation. I'm like, look, you absolutely don't have to, and I'm not endorsing you to do that. Obviously, you're a grown man; you can do whatever you want. But I mean,
I
you
would have
know,
said you can do whatever you want, just not on my set. Not,
yeah,
I'm not going to be the one because
right,
because I'm sure that you're sitting there and you imagine him going home. You imagine him there, and this is when he's still married to Jennifer Garner. Can you imagine him coming home after 5 or 6 years of sobriety, 5.5 years or whatever it was, and him walking through the door? He's fucked up. And can you imagine, could you imagine the response? I mean, how would you feel when you saw her next time? Now he's back. Now he's back all where he was, trying to, and you let him go there. I mean, I just be, man,
well, it's tough though because I mean, it's not really Fincher's fault for that.
I,
It isn't, but I
yeah,
don't know. It's an
I,
interesting thing because I feel like he's gonna, especially if you're an alcoholic, he'll come up with any excuse to do it anyway, probably, right?
yeah, but you know what? That's
Yeah.
fine. You can do it. Like, I'm with you.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna. I mean, you're a grown ass man, but the things that I can control is my set. And it's like, if
Right.
you want to do that, do it on somebody else's set, not mine. I don't
Yeah.
want to be responsible. I don't have to be the one to go walk up to Jennifer and sitting there going like, "Yeah, I'm the guy that let your husband lose his sobriety."
Totally.
Very well known. His addictive personality, very well known in Hollywood. I mean, and then you let that happen. Oh, it just be,
Yeah.
uh,
That was
yeah,
interesting. So, going back to this movie, what was really funny is that I wanted to find a cabin that had really ugly bed sheets, like an and I just by default there were perfect. These bed sheets are so hideous, at least in my opinion. It works so well because it feels like this old vintage. You went back in time with this. And this was a fun part to shoot. With all the fog, I kind of wanted to be semi dream sequence. Like, are they dreaming this? Is this not dreaming?
right.
And the way he's talking to this, but that's me, by the way, as a cameo.
That's
Uh,
you.
yeah, that's me. And we
Ah,
filmed this. One of the times when we filmed it, when he hit it, and I ran away, I ran straight into a what's it called, like a wooden plank, and I hit my shin really hard. I fell into the bush. I was like, "Ah, fuck!" I was, it was
blooper reel.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I couldn't see anything with the mask on and running into the darkness, and it was horrible. But
God, I mean, I'm sure your DP sitting there going like, okay, how long do I go before I say cut?
right, I know. It was fun. I'm like, oh, give me a second here. Give me a second. But yeah, and then also I wanted the subplot of he's that maybe there's another organization that's there knocking on the door to really make it real for her. But in reality, spoiler alert, that's do you know who that is? And who did you think that was at the door?
Oh, I thought that was his partner from the beginning of the movie.
Okay, perfect. You got it. So that is this partner from the beginning of the movie. And
Yeah,
he was
I
trying
thought
to
it was
come
just
back. He was trying to come back just to be like, let me in, bro. Like, let me be part of this. And the way he responds, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Right.
well, I
But the
think
way he's playing it up to her because like, yeah, get the F out of here, get the F out of here. And he shoots in the air. Like he's not gonna shoot his brother, obviously.
no,
But
no,
he plays it up. He
right,
plays it up like he's going to just to be the brave man. Now, this is the turning point in the movie where, oh, now she's in the bed, right? So he
right.
lets her be there. And now she's actually really scared because she's like, wait a second, what if this guy really is a loose cannon? And what if there really is another organization that wants to get her?
I got the sense too, like this because we never really saw this in the movie because that movie was so fucking damn fast. But you never really saw the organization like in the movie Taken. You saw
Mm.
glimpses of that, right? The human trafficking ring. You just saw glimpses of it, and you always wondered how many layers would there be in an organization like that.
Right, right. But I
You know,
guess we can it depends if we wanna spoil it or not. I guess it doesn't matter. If we act like people have already watched the movie, we can talk about it. Um, what do you think? Should I say? I should probably
uh,
just say, right? Anyway, but I'll just say it. Well, spoiler, there is no organization. I mean, he's just making
right,
this all up, right? So he's pretending like there's this huge thing. He's this big hotshot of this organization, but he is the organization. Like he
right.
is, in his and he's almost he's saying it so much he's gaslighting himself almost. Like he's almost believing his own crap that he's
You sort of wonder, like, what was the whole, what were they thinking about? And what, when they were sitting down there, were they having a beer, or they sit there and say, "Let's kidnap a social," did he just see a picture of her online? Did he was he friends with her online? Did he know who she? Did they have maybe it was superficial a relationship, but maybe they talk to each other lightly on social media. How did he get drawn to her as their target?
yeah, totally. Well, this is one of my favorite shots of the movie. The rack focus to him, like kind of watching her and he awkwardly walks away. Now, this part, the slow tilt to the or pan to the window, it's like, oh shit, she's thinking about leaving out the window, you know. But the way we shot the movie made it sound like, okay, she's on the second floor. She could leave right now, potentially. Or does she want to do that? She's thinking about it, but she's not ready to make that leap just yet.
Your best chance in that situation actually would be wait till night.
Right. Yeah. Wait till night. Wait till he's asleep. Wait till he's not. And now she's looking a little bit progressively worse and worse,
Yeah, I
right? Because
saw the
we're
hair. I saw the
yeah.
hair. Yeah,
But again, the makeup artist Bunny Stewart, shout out to Bunny. She was saying how every time she tried to mess up Brooke's hair, it would just magically come back to being normal. I mean that's supposed to be messed up right there. That's supposed to be messed up, and
uh-huh.
it would be annoying to the point. I'm like, gosh damn it, it would come back to looking like perfect, like yeah. Her hair would always still look good, but as much as we tried to mess it up.
How do you think Brooke will do like in physical roles? Do you think that could she would she be at home? I mean, do you think she'd be at more home doing like comedies, Hallmark type of movies, or do you think that she could handle more of an action theme type role?
I think she could do action theme type role. Now, okay, a lot of people when he walks down these stairs right here. Oh, Nanette's got another commercial. Should we pause it for her?
Yeah, we'll pause.
Um, okay, we can pause it for Nanette. So, okay, I'll talk about. I definitely think she can. We'll get to the chase scene later because she was really gung ho about the chase
Oh,
scene.
hi,
So
Ava.
I think she would definitely do a good job.
Our friend Ava is in the house. Hello, Ava. How are you? I'm going to drop in a bonus here, a bonus in the chat. I talked about one of Tremain's other films, so let me put my review of that movie right here as a bonus. So so if you guys want to know, besides SiMP, he's also made some other films as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're one of the I wanna get more people to talk about the movie, review it. I guess I need to. Okay, Nanette's back.
I think I'm the only one that did. I think
You
I
are. Nanette, yeah. Yeah, you are. The one and only. Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate it.
uh
Well, Nanette's back in the movie. So we're at 45:57 when he's walking out the door. People ask me, like, why did he take his gloves off when he's coming outside? Why did he do that? It's like, well, because he's putting on a charade. That's why. He put on a charade to her, to like literally telling her, like, oh, I can't go anywhere without the suit on, or else I'm gonna get recognized. But
right.
it's all a ruse. He's just like, it's all a ruse. Anyway, okay, we're 45:57. Um, but so what's up, travel off book? We are at 45:57 at the Tubi movie Simp. Let's go back to it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Play.
Hi, Travel. How are you? How are you? Nanette, Ava does her, she does music. Her and her husband, Doug, I do a live music show on Tuesdays and Fridays, and also a hour long chit chat on Monday and Wednesdays. And
Nice.
yeah,
Now
and
this shot's for all the guys out there is our, uh, you know, uh, just kind of struggling to get out there, but it's like, what can she do to really, you know, is she willing to really
break it.
hurt? But the funny thing is, like, those cuffs were so loose on her, so she had to really act that way
Oh,
because they kept falling off, and it's not even attached to something else. So she had to really. And then here's Janine. She has a fake cigarette. We got a fake cigarette from Amazon, and so if
okay.
you notice, like her character, she's progressively drinking more. Now she's smoking. So she's the mom character where,
So that was a fake cigarette.
yeah,
Oh, that's
fake
interesting.
cigarette. Yep. From
Well, good.
Amazon. Joe knows all about Lake Fall Studio knows all about the fake cigarettes on Amazon.
Okay, mom's
See, look,
upset.
you can kind of tell more there in that part, but this is my parents' old house back in that where
Oh,
Rucka
okay.
is. You'll see my dad's guitars from back there. And you'll see the Arsenal jerseys back there. He loves Arsenal. I love Arsenal too. English Premier League. And that couch, shout out on that couch. I've crashed on that couch many times. I
That's fun.
yeah, fond memories. But yeah, when they moved, they couldn't wait to get rid of my mom couldn't wait to get rid of that couch. So I ended up getting it when I moved to the apartment. But then it got its days had been numbered. But oh yeah, we moved to a new place. I kind of put the couch out for the dump. And then the next morning I saw a homeless guy was asleep on the couch. So at least it got some good use.
Oh, but that's in LA though,
Uh,
right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, this was shout out to the Sacramento Kings jersey. My favorite player of the Kings is Jason Williams back in the day, number 55. I also love the number 5, and he was what they call double nickel, aka white chocolate, Sacramento Kings. So I figured it'd be like, what can we give her to wear that would be, some a dude type thing, and kind of guys like to see girls in their jersey and
Oh gosh, yeah. Girls love hockey.
oh yeah, this
They
is
love,
basketball, but
yeah, they
not
love
hockey.
basketball too.
Yeah.
I know
So
the Hornets.
this is the sensual shower scene. We did a kind of an homage to Psycho right there with you see the water is kind of dirty, right? So it's like she's been kind of dirty from not
Well,
showering for many days. But we put for Psycho for blood, they used
chocolate.
famously used Hershey chocolate syrup. Yes, and we did the same thing for that
Oh,
shower scene, just to show
nice.
a little dirt, plus a little homage to Psycho.
Did either one, did Mikey and Brooke know about that?
I think Mike might have known, but I don't think Brooke knew. I don't know if she's seen Psycho. Maybe she has.
Yeah, 'cause she's really young, right? How old was she when she did this with you? 21 or
I think she was 23. Yeah,
23?
I think she was 23, maybe 24 when we filmed it.
Okay.
But yeah, this is kind of
Yeah,
a
I'm very curious to see what she does with the improv. I mean, that's gotta be do you keep track? I mean, without sounding too goofy, but do you keep track of the actors that you work with, to see how their careers go?
Oh yeah, I always like to see what projects they are. If I see them post stuff or they send me stuff, I love it.
Me too.
Curtis is a guy. He played one of the bad guys in Rideshare. He played the guy who had the yacht in Rideshare. And have you seen Rideshare yet? You saw Rideshare, right?
I no, I have not seen
You
Rideshare.
haven't. Oh, that was my first movie. I'd love to hear what you think of my first movie,
Yeah,
Rideshare. But anyway, he is making a lot of stuff, so I like seeing what he does. And then of course, yeah, it's like Mike and his commercial, and you know,
oh, it's so
um,
cool.
yeah, that's a pretty. I mean, I'm sure he got a nice payday. I don't want to ask him up front, but I mean, if it's
Oh,
Amazon,
God, no, no. A national ad, you know you're making cash. Now if I've
yeah,
heard yeah, actors will sit there and say if they do a national commercial, they say that could actually pays off the bills for a year, you know?
yep,
And
yep.
the whole thing is you try to, 'cause I interviewed one actor who did a national commercial for Budweiser and, did it with, Patrick McHolmes, and,
Oh wow,
yeah, yeah, it was really I saw the commercial too, and the commercial was hella fun. Uh, he says, "Yeah, I make, we make more money doing commercials than you do anything, as far as movies go." Hell, I was listening to a show yesterday, and they're talking about the old Wonder Woman show back in the '70s,
hmm
and they were talking about how much they got paid, and I was like, "You could have knocked me over with a feather," when they're sitting there saying, "Well, Linda Carter was making $3,500 a year, episode."
whoa, oh my
An
gosh,
episode.
oh wow. I have a ad right now for Hims.
Okay, let's see.
It's an erectile dysfunction ad. Oh,
Is
good.
that what it is? Oh, okay.
You're like, is that what that is? I don't know. I'm not
Really?
familiar with that. Uh,
Sweet.
just kidding. So yeah, pause it, guys. I'm at
Oh, I'm at, you're in commercial still?
yeah. Are you on commercial still too?
No, nope, I'm at 5212.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a nice Kings jersey.
Thank you.
Yeah, the university's trying to go big time. They wanna try to join new Pac-12.
Oh, really? What university is that?
Sacramento State.
Oh, Sac State. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you
Jim
lived in
Lovett.
Sacramento. Were you originally from Sacramento or?
No, 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 it'd take more time than I have to tell you how many places I lived in, but I did live in live in Carmichael for a year, and, like I said, my brother and I, we used to go down there, and to the American River and do fishing and get tackle. Um, One time we went down there and, there was a rattlesnake out there, and me and my brother, we killed that. I said,
Nice.
well, I wasn't too happy about it actually. I've always been sort of haunted by that because we really shouldn't have did it. It was really not necessary,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've always had guilt feelings about that.
Well,
Um,
you either gotta kill it before it kills you, right?
no,
No?
no, it wasn't even that at all. It was going the other way, and we were standing like 20
Oh.
yards behind it, throwing rocks at it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
Oh, hold on.
asshole.
There's someone that wants to say hi to you. Now I'm wearing a suit, so I can't really.
Oh my gosh, hey, it's Danny Glover.
It's Danny Glover wants to say hi. I'll put her up on here. here.
Is she what kind of cat? Oh, look at the tail. Nice.
Right? And if you see her face,
She's a rag
kind of
doll.
has a heart. She kind of has a heart nose.
Is she a
She's
rag
just
doll or a snowshoe rag doll?
I don't know. I don't know types of cats really.
You
Um,
know, you gotta
I don't
refresh yourself.
I don't even know how old
You
she
gotta
is.
rewatch. You gotta rewatch Cat Town.
I do. I really do. Your cat is beautiful. Thank you, Nanette. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Ava. Her name is Moo Moo because she looks like a little cow.
Oh, Moo Moo, that's a great name.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's got the
Ava,
cow.
Ava has two really cute cats too, uh, Pumpkin and Monkey, but they got pushed down to second string because she got dogs.
Oh.
I know, right? Dogs ruin everything.
I mean,
Oh,
it would be kind of tough. I don't know how she does respond to dogs, but I oh gosh, I love her, but I'm wearing a suit, Moo Moo. Say hi, say bye, okay? Say hi.
oh my gosh. No, I have to admit though, I'm totally hooked on I'm totally hooked on. We got two dogs among our friends. Steve has this dog. He has a black Labrador named Lucas, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and my friend Betty has a little. I don't know what that dog is, but her name is Olivia. That dog is so damn cute. Let's see.
Oh.
See, the cast just can't be out when I'm live. See, that's the whole reason I go over. That's the reason I go over there because I always want to see Ava and the cats together. You know, it's just sort of it's like watching the captain and Tennille, but the captain you can't see the captain. It's like I'm happy with Tennille, but it's still not Captain and Tennille unless they're both together.
Right. Well, okay, so I'm back up. So we got 5221.
You
I'm
don't even
at
know do you know who Captain and Tennille are?
I have no idea who that is. No. I'm so sorry.
So it's old. All right. We're at 5212. All right.
5212.
Yeah.
I'm at 5221. You might come up to an ad then. I feel like. Come up. Let me know when you're up 5221.
Yeah, but I'm at an ad.
Okay, see, you're at an ad.
Talladega. I'm back.
Oh, there you go.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Her
All
friend
right.
is down. Yeah.
5221. 5,
So
4, 3, 2,
her friend,
1.
it was an influencer first. You know, you could get a sugar daddy.
Right. So you're frozen again and you're sideways.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah. So well, I'll talk. Yeah. So okay, there you are. You're back. You're back. So Amber's character she's just essentially a freeloader. The best way to describe it. I mean, she's a sugar baby. That's how she makes her money, right? And this is
This
how
is
you say like, oh, just a few little picks, right? Um, it's not that bad. I'm sure it's not that good either. Well, no.
God, see, that's so true though. God, you on some of these sites, man, and that's all you know. Well, you look at that one site they have, poop. OnlyFans.
Mm,
Uh, you know what? I really, call me naive, but I really because I have a couple of male friends on there,
mm.
but they're there to share their movie knowledge. That's what they're there for, and so they talk about movies and stuff like that. I did not know for the longest time what that
Do they
site
talk
was.
about movies naked or something, or what do they? Or
I
what do
think
they?
just technical stuff, just a couple of guys,
Yeah,
but I did
yeah.
not
I
realize.
don't know anyone that does it for like legitimate purposes. I mean, not that.
Well,
You
I
know what
mean,
was crazy is that the Oscars and the Oscars this year, what Anora won, and everyone that won the Oscar for, they're like, "Oh, I'd like to thank the sex worker community." It's like, all right, like what kind of world are we coming to here, guys?
yeah,
You know?
Nora. She only got that because Emilia Perez got canceled.
Oh,
That's the only
really? Oh, I
reason.
didn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's the only reason. We talked about that. We talked about that. I had a good conversation with my friend Anthony. We're talking about the award season, and how basically awards are not awards at that level are not earned. They're bought.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're bought. I mean, no one's earning shit anymore.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
exactly. Yeah. And that is it. It's like, dude, I don't know anyone that liked that Amelia Perez movie or Anora. I don't know
But
anyone that likes that.
the thing was, Amelia Perez was actually the front runner, but then that oh, here it is, Simps. See. So Simps is someone who actually would fawn themselves with fawn. Oh, I get it now. So
Hmm.
they see her, and then they fawn all over her and give her stuff and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Give her money. They think that by giving her money, that it's gonna make
And then
her.
you're a simp for being that weak, to do. Oh boy, how did you hear about this? I mean,
Well,
did someone tell you about this part of social media?
yeah. Well, I kind of try to keep my pulse on what's going on, and I kept hearing this word simp, like what the kids are saying, you're a simp,
Yeah,
not to me, but like, I don't know, I always kind of find it funny hearing that the terminology these
yeah,
days,
like they always get
you
it
know.
wrong.
Yeah. And I kind of was afraid for the time, and I knew it would come, the time where my mom would ask me, what does a simp mean, and I'm like,
Simpletons,
yeah,
simpletons.
yeah, simpleton. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, she gets it. I explained it to her, and she gets it. So it's such a weird world that we live on right now.
See,
Um,
look at Mike, man. See, look how fearless that is. He's wearing glasses. Not very many actors would actually go and allow themselves to be filmed like that.
well, I know there's actors that want to um look smarter than they really are too. So there's that.
Yeah, these two had chemistry.
I originally wrote Wisp, and I thought it was Wisp, but my writer friend who was reading the script corrected me. He said it's Whisk. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Called him sugar. Oh,
Sugar tits.
mm,
See, now he's so comfortable. He's in a bathrobe. He's in a
yeah.
bathrobe, and
Mm.
so now he's kind of outing himself. Like he
Well, he
follows
went
her.
he
He
went a
follow.
little,
Yeah,
he went too far.
he's basically one of her number one fans, essentially.
God, that's sort of scary.
Yeah, sort of scary. Exactly. That's why we make this movie.
You know,
Isn't it? Yeah.
even when even though social media has made it so accessible, like I there's a couple of people I could talk to online that I know, and I feel comfortable enough to talk to, as far as being a personality goes. But man, I don't do that. I never have. Even when I was working in live music, I never did. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Um, but but it's sort of, sometimes I think about that shit. Like, I mean,
So
that's the reason, I guess, the reason why you have a social media manager, because I just can't imagine waking up in the morning for some of these people, and then the first thing they see is like 10,000 personal messages.
oh, I
It's just
know. Oh, it's crazy.
how,
It's
how
absolutely bonkers.
oh, I mean,
Real quick, shout
I'm,
out to K Bar Knives, by the way, which is made by Cutco.
yeah,
Cutco
Marine.
is I used to sell yeah, Marine Corps, and the same company that makes K Bar Knives makes Cutco knives. I used to sell knives in college. Cutco knives. Shout out to Cutco. They are made in Olean, New York, so it's an American-made company. And
Oh,
SIMP is not on Blu-ray or DVD yet, but hopefully it will be
uh,
soon.
where are we? Where are you? Let's see. Ava says 5807.
That was a while ago.
Okay.
that was a while. I think she's about where we're at. I'm at 59:38.
Yeah,
59.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this knife, it's kind of this shot's kind of a s-
Now this is the scene that I was
supposed to be
talking about.
symbolic here, symbolic shot right here.
Now just watch how comfortable he is really handling the knife. I would
Yeah.
trust him in a scene like that. I would not he would not have to put on a rubber blade on his knife. I would trust him right here today
Oh,
with him.
oh yeah. Well, he really did that. And shout out to the TP that's on set. That's awesome.
See, look at that.
That's and and you see the Christmas trees in the background. I love this shot.
Now how did Brooke handle that knife? I mean, how did she like handling it, or was she a little bit intimidated by it?
No, she didn't seem to be too intimidated by it. Actually, funny joke when the first time she chucked it and she's supposed to miss it, she sliced it head on. Like she had a perfect slice.
Oh, wow.
we're, we were like, "Oh, damn it." Like, "No." I'm like, "Brooke, you're supposed to miss it. You're not supposed to do it perfectly." So, and then where how he says, "Oh, it's fucking
Well,
fine. It's fucking fine." It shows like how short of a temper he has, you know? He has like this short irritable temper. So kind of showing his edge. And also onions is an interesting thing. Oh, and then we did some movie magic when she chopped it there. He chucked a double half,
Oh,
like two
okay.
halves of an onion, so we guaranteed that it would slice.
Well, I thought are those onions? I thought they were actually softballs.
No, those are onions. This is
Okay.
onions. Yeah, yeah. So I thought it'd be kind of a unique thing to chuck onions. And then, yeah. Okay, so that part when he chucks the thing to it, we did this the some movie magic where he already had the knife there. We had a whip pan to him. So we merged the shot. We show the shot of her chucking the knife, right?
Mm.
And then there's a whip pan. So the camera moves quickly. And then the same motion, he already had the knife at his neck and he's just holding it. And then I squirted ketchup on his face. And that's how we got that. It was a mixture of ketchup and, I think, yeah, red
Uh,
or
yeah, and that's
blood.
just another ad. Do you have another ad out now in that?
Now this is Rucka Ali. Rucka is he's really struggling putting this on. That wasn't a acting, and I just thought it was hilarious the fact that he was doing it. Here's Bunny. You know Bunny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's Bunny right there. She's playing the model. So Bunny was the makeup artist on this
Did a
set.
nice job.
Yeah, thank you. And then yeah, that's her. And then of course, and then there's me. Here's my cameo.
Look at him.
Look at
Look,
this guy. Look at this
he's all
dude, D bag.
bad boy. Bad boy, yeah.
Bad boy. Yeah. Kind of a
Mhm.
I had an ex-girlfriend that's like, Tremain, you're such a bad boy. And I just started laughing. I thought it's fun. It's funny. I've never told anyone that, but here you go. He
I don't
does look
know.
familiar, doesn't he?
Is he still doing his YouTube channel today?
Oh yeah. Oh
No.
yeah.
How did you guys meet?
How did we meet? Uh we met at some YouTuber party years and years ago, and we just got along really well. And he wanted to do more acting and movies, and he's good. And he kind of reminds me like Pauly Shore type, you know.
Yes. Yes, he
He's
does.
like he's like a cooler Pauly Shore. Um,
I don't know if Polly was ever cool though. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I saw his documentary, and actually, I had this newfound respect for Pauly Shore watching his
I did
documentary.
too. I like Polly all right, but I got really bummed out when I found out that that he did his Richard Simmons show or movie or whatever, and Richard Simmons begged him not to do it. He says, "I don't want it. I don't want you to do it. I'm not giving you. Please don't do that." And he still did it anyway. I lost respect for that because it's like, dude, I know you're making money off this right now. It's probably the only thing you got going right now, but
I got
man,
an ad now. Um,
um,
Maybe wait till you get an ad. You probably might get an ad too. This is actually pretty reassuring that there's so many ads. Is it too many ads, you guys think? Is it gonna
No,
mess up people's viewing experiences? Um,
so that photographer
I
looks
like the fact
familiar.
that there's ads. There's filmmakers that are like, "Oh, I don't wanna put ads in my art." I'm like, "Dude, well, do you wanna get paid or not?" Like, come on.
Right.
Um,
Even recognize the guy playing the bad boy.
I s
I know. You know what I thought when I first saw that? I'm going like, if they frosted the tips of those hair a little bit more, that could be like Guy Fieri's brother or something like that. Okay,
That's
here
funny.
we that's the first. We're making fun of the directors now. Uh-oh.
I know, wow. You know,
I'll be calling up in a minute going like, so what can Tremain come in and do another show? Yeah, he got 2 words for you, and they're not, and it's not Cat Town.
No,
Um,
no, the director deserves all the teasing.
yeah, you mentioned earlier about you're still trying to get a physical release for this, huh?
Yeah, okay, so I'm at an hour 4:13. Where are you guys at? Let's pause
I'm
right
at an
there.
hour. I'm at an hour 4.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe get to an hour 4:13, catch up, and then I had a quick little ad. Nanette says, "I don't mind the ads as I'm really enjoying this movie." Oh, awesome. Thank you, Nanette. I really appreciate that.
so what's going on with the physical release? I saw the beautiful cups. Um, now
Yes.
are you working on a distributing deal right now, or you feel like this is something that you're gonna have to handle on your own?
Right. So this it's kind of a two-part answer. I have a distributor. It's called Film Hub. So basically Film Hub is a third-party aggregator, and then they have relationships with all these apps like Tubi TV, Amazon, Netflix. Even it could potentially get on Netflix. I doubt it. I mean, I don't want to never say never. I would love for it to be on Netflix, but I just doubt that it will be. And then with Rideshare, my first movie, there's a company called Allied Vaughn that they have a relationship with, which creates DVDs and Blu-rays for the movie. So
Okay.
you can buy, yeah, right now you can buy Rideshare on DVD. You can buy Cat Town on DVD. Buy
Hmm.
the Cat Town story on DVD, and it's just kind of if it does well. So it's only been out since April 1st on Tubi TV. So if it does well on Tubi, and if Film Hub sees a lot of potential with it, they basically front the money for them to make the DVDs, and then it's not a whole lot of money, but I mean,
You just
um,
want to get it out there physical wise.
yeah,
Even if you,
what I need to do and should do the problem with the Rideshare DVD is that it's just the movie, and what I want to do is have a full bonus features, the bonus
right.
features, bloopers, and everything. But I have the extras on my YouTube channel, so anyone can watch it there. But I know people love the physical media and get the rest of it up there for Tubi TV at least. You don't really have that DVD. You don't have the bonus features and commentary, and this would be this is bonus features right here.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
director's commentary.
you can actually do a director's commentary. I love them. I love director's commentary. I think they add so much so much for the movie.
So do
You know,
I love it too, and you end up, even if you don't even like the movie, you end up learning so much about it, and then also like I used to be a really snobby kind of film critic and film snob in a lot of ways until I made a movie or I tried to make a movie, and it's like, oh my god, it is so hard. Like, one, no one tries to make a bad movie, right? No one
I,
tries to
I
make.
I disagree with that. I think that I never do this, Tremaine. I never do this. It's like, but last week I did a review of a movie called and it's a low budget movie, no budget movie called Killer Kong. I knew what I was getting into when I watched it. When my friend Casey watched it, I knew it was going to be bad, but it was beyond bad. I mean, it was beyond bad. It was just absolutely garbage, and it seemed like the only reason why the filmmaker did it was just to be able to drum out a couple of pretty popular indie screen queens right now, and to exploit it. Like, look who I got on my movie. I mean, the movie was just absolutely the worst thing I've seen in the last probably about honestly probably the last 15 years. It was just I mean,
Wow.
it made Dustin Ferguson look like a fucking Francis Ford Coppola. And Dustin
Wow.
Ferguson, he's the worst director I've ever watched. He is the worst.
Really?
Oh God, yes.
I've never heard.
Oh, he's
I,
beyond that.
you know,
Now he did do a documentary. He did do a documentary about about making films, low budget films,
yeah.
and everything I've heard about that has been really good. But
Huh.
when he does films like this, a feature, he's just god awful. He's just
Dustin for I'd never heard of him, but
right.
there's people that I guess they just don't really care. They want like I guess that's a way to put it. Exploitative. There's some exploitative directors out there
Yeah,
that just
yeah,
want to put or they're schlocky. They're really schlocky. I mean, I was at this other studio and this guy, he never watched any of my movies and he didn't give me any of the time of day respect wise and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what you should do? There's this company called Trash Film Orgy. You should just do that. Like do what they do." And it's like this really schlock. I mean, it's kind of like this full moon features, the Charles Band full moon features where you just have it's basically like it's kind of like a porno essentially, like with a plot line, you
It
know.
used to be. I mean, back being I mean, man, Full Moon. I mean, Full Moon. For a minute there, they were on the cusp of becoming rather mainstream. I mean, if you go back to their library, there was a lot of movies that they put out that had a lot of mainstream actors on it, like Helen Hunt and Tim Thomerson, Jeffrey Combs. Um, I mean, that's just a few that they did those movies for a Full Moon and yeah, but then after a while they did get into that because of the budgets and whatnot. So they did get into it a little bit as far as exploitative movies, but they weren't at least they weren't as bad as like trauma films. It's that's what they live for that.
Oh, okay. I've got a story about Kaufman, Charlie Kaufman, the trauma guy. You want to hear it real quick
Yeah.
before we? Okay. So I went. There was a premiere of his latest movie at the time. This was probably about 7, 8 years ago. At the time, and there's a movie premiere at his thing, and he was there. Charlie Kaufman or Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman was there, and he shows up. He's got all his fans there, and there's a lot of people like from the cast and crew that were there. And I talked to them, and I asked them, and I'm like, "Hey, what was it like working on the movie?" And he's like, "Oh man, it was a nightmare. We barely got paid. We barely ate. It wasn't a good experience." I don't know if Patrick's even paying attention to me talking to him, but it's okay.
No,
Hopefully, someone's
people
paying
want
attention.
people want to know about your channel. So I want to go
Well,
ahead.
yeah, I sent him the link in the comments. Did they get it? I
Uh,
I
you
typed
might
it
not
out
be
already.
you might not be able to do that. Uh,
Okay.
at least not on mine. Did you do it on what is your channel name, real quick?
Hayhoe Studios, Hayhoe Studios.
I keep on thinking it's Meow Studio. Sorry. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Uh, okay. Well, that's what happens when you talk to someone who's obsessed with cats.
Yeah. I gathered that. All right. So
Uh,
when Patrick's back and paying attention, I'll finish this Lloyd
oh,
Kaufman story. Um,
God. The man who appear he's like the modern day Hitchcock these days.
no, do not even compare him to that. I mean, that is like such an insult to Hitchcock. I mean, Lloyd Kaufman is so he shows up to this premiere, right? And first off, it looked like he was attending a friend's funeral. I mean, the guy was like in a bad mood and he's just like, "Oh yeah, whatever, I'm here." He had all these fans in line waiting to see him and everything. And the type of people that he attracts fan wise, we won't talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's making it makes like Walmart customers look like the Ritz Carlton customers. Like these. Anyway, they had a Q&A afterwards. It's a really schlocky, terrible movie, horrible movie. But the thing is, like for me, I do have respect for filmmakers, and he's kind of, I thought, like in kind of in a way, weird way, he's living my dream in a weird way where he's making his own movies, he's got his own company and everything, but he's always complaining and talking about how no one cares about his movies, no one ever talks about his movies, blah blah blah. And it's like there's one way to go about doing these things, and that's kind of not the way to do it. But at the end, he had a Q&A session, and I asked him this question, and I go, Lloyd, what do you do budget wise, financially for your movie? Are you just, are you putting your own money in? Are you getting investors and are you just with every movie you make putting it back into the next one? He got mad at me for that. He's like, you know what? He goes, you know what? It's not, I asked investors, maybe they get money, maybe they don't, but I've got money. It doesn't even matter. Like, why do you even ask a question like that? Da, 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 da. He got really defensive. And I'm like, well, because I'm a filmmaker too. And then he got mad at me the fact that I even brought that up. And
You know, was something that really, I, you know, is there like an unspoken word? Like, let's say you and I, are, you say, let's say I told you before I went on here that I'm gonna have a director friend of mine come in and sit down and watch the movie with us and comment on it. Is that like an unspoken rule that directors are not allowed to criticize other directors' movies?
no, dude. Okay. Well, no, not at all. There was another guy that was online, but there's some directors think that it is. And like for me, good or bad, right or wrong, if you love my movie, great. If you hate my movie, that's great. Either way, I'd love to hear what you think of it. I love to hear what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. And I love honest feedback. I would rather you, Patrick, be like, "Hey, I hated that movie. This movie sucked. You suck," or whatever. I'm like, "Oh, interesting. What did why? What characters did you not like?" I'd love to hear that versus you being like, "Oh, Patrick, Tremaine, you made a great movie and stuff," and then like going back and saying like, "Tremaine made a terrible movie. Like this movie's horrible. I can't, don't watch it." Right. So it's like if you're gonna badmouth it, maybe like do it to my face. And I'm always if a director asks me what I think of their movie, I'm going to tell them. I'm like, "Hey, do you really want me to tell you? Because I'll let you know." And I'll be more constructive criticism. I'm not going to bash them saying, "Oh, you're going to go to hell and you're just a waste of space on this planet." I would never say anything like that. I'd be like, "You know what? There was one director that's a YouTuber and he gave advice about making movies and stuff. We became cordial. He was on my podcast for a bit and really cool laid back guy, and he made a movie and I reviewed it and I was honest about it and I wasn't mean to him at all. I just thought, hey, why did this movie's about.
Okay, Nanette, we gotta put on pause. Nanette is on commercial.
Oh, I've been on pause. Have you been playing it?
Yeah, I'm at 110.
Oh wow, no, I've had it on pause at 104.
Oh, okay. Because she just said she got ads right now.
Oh
Where are
wow,
you at?
sorry guys, I've been.
Where
Well, let's go back.
where
Let's go to 104 and then
okay,
resume.
104.
But anyway, the bottom line is the guy got pissed at me. He got pissed. He basically emailed me saying never contact me again. And all I did was criticize this movie. I just said it was slow. It was a slow movie. I don't know why they were held hostage in this bar for this long. And then there's like two groups of bad guys. I gave it a criticism, right? And I thought, hey, they raised money for it. The bar location was cool, but um, I didn't just slander him and his movie, but he got so mad and he said, "Yeah, never contact me again." You know, like he
I
got
learned.
so offended.
I tell people I learned one lesson. I learned I learned one lesson. I learned that especially doing an interview show, is that I don't do reviews before I interview you. I won't do that. I will
Smart.
wait till the movie's over and then I'll review it. Um,
Yeah.
that happened to me before where I did a review of a movie and yeah, it caused the filmmaker some stress and I mean he and I are closest brothers. Um, but at the time when I first met him, I wasn't. So I was getting ready. I was getting ready for him to do an interview with me, and I reviewed his movie. And back then, it's it's different. It's so different from now for reviewing films. let's see. Oh, the movie's back on. Okay, where are you at, Nanette? What's your time?
I'm at 104. So Nanette can come to us. 104.13.
Okay, let me go back. 104.
Yeah. The only thing that I'll get mad at is if someone will review my movie without actually watching it. That's the only thing that
Oh,
I'm
I don't know
annoyed
how
with.
you make
You
to do
know,
that.
because people be like, "Oh, the IMDb ratings are suck," because on both my movie on cat, on my movies there's mixed reviews. There's a lot of people that give it 10 stars, there's a lot of people that give it 1 star, and it's kind of
I gave you
50-50 that way.
I gave you 10. I gave you 10.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But yeah, there's people that are
I
like,
said
"Well, the average is."
I better do that because if I don't, this guy who's obsessed like with cats like Tremain is, I'll never hear the end of it. Yeah, don't go on that guy's podcast. That guy's an asshole. He 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 gave Cat Town a 9.5. Just letting you know.
It's a 10. Yeah, that's a 10.
Yeah,
What do you do? You hate cats? Why do you hate cats?
yeah.
No, okay, all right, let's press play. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right,
Okay,
there's Rucka.
there's the bunny. There. I'm seeing you, just like that bitch. Yeah, look at that. Look at you. You're talking just like a photographer. Okay, so I'm at 105 or 106. So we're back. We're back.
Oh, you're at 105, 106. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at 105.10.
Yeah, it worked out in the end. I mean, but yeah, I'll tell you, it's one thing. It's like I've noticed that when I did written reviews for my blog, I did hundreds over there, and then I started doing them here on YouTube, and then I started meeting the filmmakers, and I realized that once I went back to look at some of my reviews, knowing I know a lot more now what it takes to make a movie. Before I did, I mean, I see that some of my reviews were rather heavy-handed. I mean, it's what I felt, but like when I first did my first review for this movie, of my friend, I didn't know much about how movies were made or whatnot. And so I was doing interviews on my blog, but it's a little bit different from when someone is actually telling you, like you and I are right now, about it. A written interview is one way, and then a live interview is a different way. And so I learned, there's a like yeah, I saw things when I watched the movie. I saw things going like that I saw that were a mistake. Like they're like, or there was a lack of money. You can
Mm.
definitely see it, and it's like, okay, I understand that. I mean, I see that. And then you find out why it happened.
Right. Oh, you're frozen again. You're
Yeah,
frozen.
come on,
Oh, he's back. He's back.
back. Uh,
So this is
and so
Ned the Magic Man, my
now,
friend James. And
uh,
that video game he's playing is my friend's wife's brother's video game. So um anyway, back to what you're saying.
yeah, I learned a lot more now. Now for me, I know some of the I know not I'm not one of those people that says no. I watched this not enough times. I could make a movie. I couldn't, but but I know enough now to like I can understand when someone doesn't have money or someone who like I was watching a movie. I was watching a movie from another friend who's going to be on my show here, and he's very much like you. He's very talented, and he can find talent. I mean, oh, that guy's got the magic touch.
Hmm.
I've interviewed him 4 or 5 times, Tremaine, and he always comes on the movie, and he always finds a new talented actress. It is, I
Wow.
mean, it's not, it's scary how good they are. I'm like, okay, so how are you finding these? How are you finding them? And they're all solid, solid. I mean, they're just really strong actresses, and I'm always amazed because I felt I did the same thing when I was in live music. I could see a band on stage, and I could tell you if that band was going to break or not. I could
Right.
tell you, you know. And that's what Joe Leone. That's what he's like. When I see his movies, I'm always thinking, man, how's that guy finding these actresses? It's insane. I
Yeah.
mean, I talked to veteran directors with 5 times as many movies, and not all their actors are all that. Sometimes their actors are a little bit, um, but he's just got a really great track record. Um, I just, I just learned a lot by doing the interviews and talking to the directors. How do you find, how do you find your talent? Like I said before, it's amazing to me the background stories. How do you meet this person? How did you get connected with them? Because you're right, it takes so many parts to make it right. And like I was talking about like budgets. Like I'm sitting here today, I'm watching Joe's movie, Greet Your Demons, and I'm watching it, and there's just some scenes in there that I just in my back of my head, I'm just going like, this is such a good scene. I wish to God he had an extra $1,000 to flush it out, for the set design.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I want that for him. It's
Mhm.
not going to make the movie any less powerful for me, but I'm sitting going like, this is such a good movie. I really, my fear would be someone's going to watch it and they're going to see the scenes and they're going to sit there and they're going to be, they're going to, it's going to take him out of the movie, or they're not going to give the movie a chance. I know his work, so I'll stay to the bitter, and I'll stay to the end because I know who he is. I know what he's capable of. I mean, this movie here is that he's doing now is it's beautiful. It's
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him about it. And yeah, again, he did the same thing. Well, this time he did it better. Not only did he do one actress, he got two. He
Wow.
got two. Oh my gosh.
Well, anyway, back to SiMP. Sorry, not to steal your thunder, but back to SiMP. This part is a really is a is a i- is a like he like a lot of kidnappers have these weird rules where it's like they just won't. He basically finds out that she has a son here, and that just turns his whole world upside down because now all of a sudden she's not some hot young model. Now she's a mom, right? So now his morals are kind of coming in, right? So
Right.
he's
Yeah. Like, how could you do that? But I don't think she's telling him the truth.
yo, you don't.
I
Interesting. But we've seen the mom. You saw the
but
kid earlier. You have the father
oh,
there. Yeah, you
'cause
see the baby. They talk about Zeke. Oh, Zeke's there.
okay.
We and you still didn't believe all that?
Yeah,
Or you
because
didn't
she says
catch
she's
on?
20. She says she's 20.
Right, she's only 20.
Yeah.
She's young. She's a young mom. Hashtag young mom.
I wonder.
But see, that's the thing. That's why
Yeah.
the John wants to, the mom was at first really nonchalant because she doesn't care about John, right? But he knows that when it comes to Zeke, she gets back to him. They share custody, stuff like that. That's why, like for me in the movies, I want people to fill in the blanks themselves. I don't want to just spell everything out for him, even though we are showing that he has she
Well,
has
I
a.
tell you one thing. With her having a kid, and this is probably one thing. It may have been. I know you put your focus on the mom and the friend looking for her. It would have been interesting to introduce the kid element and then introduce the police element, because cops would be looking a little harder. This is true. They
But the
look
whole point
hard.
is they never told the cops. She couldn't tell the cops because that's the whole thing. If they tell the cops, eh, they kill her. So that's why they never tell the cops,
Yeah, they
right?
always do.
You know what I
Though
mean?
it's yeah, you have to take a chance though. I mean, you just I mean, I mean, it would be ridiculous if you did it. Well, to me anyway, it's like someone
And that's the thing though. Everyone's kind of taking everything at face value. You know what I mean? And they're in over their head. So it's like she's never dealt with a kidnapping situation.
no. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
Nobody
the
really
mom
does.
has never dealt with a ransom situation. So she kind of just takes things at face value.
Mm.
Um,
But but you feel like that the mom believes it, because I mean she probably has been sitting on the outside looking in and watching her daughter, her popularity grow. Um, I'm just trying to. I don't know. I'm just trying to be careful here in saying this. I'm just thinking about the social media aspect of it, and I'm just wondering how popular she would be at age 20, and she comes out with a kid. I think there's some elements of that. Her social media presence would be, you know, a lot of moms would come over and support her. I'm just thinking about how popular she would be, you know, because you know how guys are. They want that. They don't want anybody else before them. Like she's
well,
20
yeah,
years old. Like you said,
exactly.
that's why Dan is like all bummed out because now he's like, she says now you can't sell me because now I'm not a virgin.
Right, now she's broken goods. She's tainted goods, essentially.
Right.
Oh, I just sent in
No,
the private chat. If you could share this, it's heyhostudios.myshopify.com is where the merch is. You guys can grab the official merch, the posters, the mug. You can get this poster right here, put it on your wall just like me, and then you can get this mug. And there's some Heyo Studios shirts.
that's a really nice mug.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
I'm
and
sure,
so it's a
I'm sure you've done well with those.
well, we're I have to get promoted a lot more. I don't promote it enough, but um
I hear some podcast hosts. I hear they do a lot of product placement. Like, did I show you
oh,
my
really?
Did I show you my Detroit Tiger cup here? So
Is that your merch or is that
yeah,
Detroit
no,
Tiger?
this is Detroit Tigers right here. I got this from
Oh
Tiger
yeah.
Stadium, but do you ever notice it always makes an appearance on my podcast? Just saying.
Nice.
Just saying.
Yeah, Detroit Tigers sponsor. And you got the Red Devils, although they might not sure if you're sponsoring another sports team at the same time. But Joey says might consider the mug. Thank you, Joey. I'd really appreciate that if you got it. If you do,
a
tag it,
really, that's a
post it and
really,
tag it,
really nice.
and I'll
Um,
share it.
uh, let's see. Yeah, it's
SiMP in
really.
Minecraft movie crossover.
Let's see. What's going on? Ava, checking her Facebook page for the truth. Oh, right, right. If it's private, no info for he. Okay, right. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's some people that are adamant about not putting their kids on social media. I know one. Actually, he's a film director. He is, yeah, he is so protective of his kid. I love him for it. I
Oh
absolutely love
yeah, well I think
him.
that's pretty normal, especially now.
Oh,
And you think
kidding
that
me?
what she does, she probably
You,
wouldn't post her kid,
you,
so
you,
she'd probably have no idea.
I
Of,
mean, there's so many people throw their kids on online. They always talk about kids being exploited, kids, popping up on all over the place. That's because a lot of their kids are ending up, pictures are ending up in, and on all these godforsaken websites and stuff like that. The reason why is because people out there harvesting your shit. They're downloading your pictures.
ugh,
You're putting up a little picture of you in the backyard gardening with your daughter. They're going to come by and take that picture, and next thing you know, it's going to be some website somewhere. It's just, it amazes me how people just do that. They don't think about it. Especially when it comes down to with minors. It's like, it's, look, if you're an adult, you're an adult. But man, those kids don't have a choice. They're
right.
sitting out there having fun, and you're saying, okay, they smile, and then it goes on Instagram or Facebook, and then look. I mean, like I said, this is a very cautionary tale. This is something you can watch both as a thriller, mystery, a dark romantic comedy, so to speak. Because they do have some lighter moments in here, but I always describe this movie as a cautionary tale. I think you had a lot to. I think you have a lot to say, and you said and you're saying it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you're absolutely right. It is a cautionary tale. It's that's why I always find movies that are scary that are relatable or something that could actually happen or did actually happen. Because I don't find movies that are, about ghosts flying around, and I just don't particularly find that scary. I mean, not that I'm about to go to haunted houses and spend the night and stuff like that. That would be really scary. But there has to be some level of relativity to it. I'd want the audience to be able to relate to it in some way, whether they know someone who's a model, whether they're a model themselves, whether they're, or just on social media, just or their daughters or their sisters, or um, it is a
I don't.
cautionary tale.
I don't think he locked her back up about a commercial.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Talladega Nights. Another. I like to count how many casino commercials come on.
How
It's
many
all
have been on so far?
two wait. I think it's like for every four commercials, three of them have been casino related.
Wow.
It's bad.
The changeling ghost story. Okay.
That was a good one. Oh God,
Yeah, I mean, certain
yeah.
I haven't seen Changeling, but I mean, I guess like stuff that I could see that has happened. I don't know. I find that to be more interesting. Like,
Uh,
yeah,
I,
creature features are cool. You know,
I'm back. Yeah,
okay.
creature
Where
features.
are you at, by the way? I'll go to where you're at.
I'm at 120.27.
120.27. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about a lot of like this movie here. I do like the fact that, and I liked about that about Travis's movie, Travis White from What Dinner Productions. He's one that produced the Eagle Death of Queen Cecilia. I really liked it because it's a rising problem. It's a rising problem about social media and how it's affecting people here. I mean, even kids now. I guess they did a survey, and they're asking kids like, what's the number one problem in the world today? And you're talking like I think kids like sixth grade and under, they're sitting there saying how social media was the main issue.
Wow, they're smart. They're
Yep.
smart. Okay, one of my favorite scenes is coming up here. Where are you? I'm at 120, 129, 30, 31.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, okay, perfect. Um,
Nice hats.
yeah, so he had that here. So my friend James, he has this garage, and it's kind of this decked out nerd lair dungeon.
Man cave.
And so I wrote this for him. And we had to find this moped. I had to find a Dumb and Dumber-esque moped, and it was really tough to find. But anyway, we found one, and I wanted a kind of a Dumb and Dumber-esque thing to happen here,
This is your
where
rescue kit, right?
yeah, so these guys, okay, they find her, or he pings her, they catch her down. Hop on, bitch.
Yeah.
Hold
Hold on to your dick, bitch.
hold on. Yeah, I love that line. So this guy is Rucka Rucka Ali's friend and his girlfriend, who you're about to see.
What
So
the hell? That's my
they
god. I forgot about this part.
so they were that was not in the script. And when Rucka was in town, he goes, like, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Tremain, like I got this guy who's he's this big social media influencer, and his girlfriend is like this weird puppy girl or something online. Do you want them to be in a cameo? They'll promote the movie. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure. I thought it would be kind of funny. It's like a funny joke. Oh, there's kids that live out here, and it's a girl on a leash. Like he's doing the most inappropriate thing
God.
possible. But
I don't know.
we're
I
coming
don't
up to
know.
the climax. This is the climax of the movie, right? And so they basically email Dan saying that they'll give her the money, but obviously they don't have the money, and they're not going to give him anything.
Yeah, this is I love. You're right. I love that cabin, and that cabin looks cool.
Thank you. Yeah, there's something about real locations. I mean, people talk about how great sets are, but you couldn't really build a set like that, at least not in the budgets that we've
I hear
worked
that
with so
sometimes
far.
actors will take something from a movie shoot. I was just wondering if Brooke got that jersey.
Uh, I don't think she did actually. No, but I have a friend who watches it, and he's a big Kings fan. He's like, "Oh man, not only she's hot, but she's also wearing a Kings jersey." Like, oh my god.
Fan for life.
That's right. So it's also like a shout out to my favorite team, the Sacramento Kings. We grew up loving the Kings, even though they've broken our hearts time and time again. Only made the playoffs once in the last 19 years, but we won't talk about that.
That's all right.
Um,
I'm with you. I follow San Jose State football.
oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
we struggle.
yeah. It's like I will do anything not to go to auction. It's like I'm not sure what you're talking about here.
Yeah, that's one thing. You're right because they even though they've been close, they have not. They noticed that you noticed that they did not sleep together. Was that something you deliberately make sure that that didn't happen? Like maybe they had feelings for each other or pseudo feelings for each other, but you made sure that she didn't. They didn't sleep together. Was that by design?
Yeah, it's kind of a weapon that she's waiting to use, you know what I mean? And now she's doing it and yeah, with this line. It was kind of funny. I was showing Mike and her this scene and I said her line and it was it was I was like directing it and then they were laughing at me. Oh my god. But yeah, I wanted it to be like this weird dark, especially with the music, like this
Right,
weird dark romance. Or it's a romantic scene, but really not. It's not a romantic scene where and the tables have really turned here. So she's
right,
really using her powers to
right.
yeah. Here you wish. Yeah, I love that line. You wish. Here we go. She's running. Oh, I got an ad. Right at the
Oh,
climax.
oh, oh, pause it right here.
We're almost
One.
through the whole thing, guys. Got about 10 minutes left. 15 minutes, maybe.
I like the idea. This funny. It's like until her Zeke was involved. I think up to that point, I think that both parties would have walked away unbloodied. But that introducing the kid into the picture and
Oh, I'm
basically
back on.
diminishing her in Dan's eyes, I think that's the reason why like it felt absolutely right and she didn't hate
Right.
him because she could have just kept on going, but she just did it one time, and then she just wanted to hurt him enough to make him stay there and give her time to run. I mean, I was really glad that he didn't die.
Well,
I
hey,
don't.
okay, wait. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I'm at 126.29. Where are you at?
Uh, I'm at 127.03.
Okay, come back to me. Come back to me. 126.29. Krilliams the Shrilliant says, "Is the movie free?" Yes, it is free. It's free to watch on Tubi with ads. So go to Tubi TV.
Mhm.
Patrick posted the link somewhere.
Hey Tom, how are you? Let me go ahead and drop it in here so you guys can, if anything, you could come watch it again. Um, after
Tom
yes, watch it many, many times.
Tom Baker
Uh,
says, "Must be fantastic directing a movie. It's your kid. It is. It is fantastic. It's a roller coaster ride. You know, it's where you get I mean, for this, I got a lot of what I was looking to get and then some. And it worked out. A lot of things worked out really well in a lot of ways. It's really stressful though at the same time. I mean, sometimes if it doesn't work out your way or things aren't going your way, it's an uphill battle. It always seems like that. Um, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And it's something that once you make it and once you put it out there, you'll always have it, right? So, um,
Now, how long has your movie been out as far as commercially goes?
April since only 3.5 weeks since April 1st, April Fool's Day,
Ah,
no joke. But
okay.
yeah, we'll get back to playing it. Yeah, did you replay it, Patrick?
Yeah, I just posted
You gotta wait for
the
the countdown, Patrick. Gotta wait for the countdown. For
okay
126:29 is where we're at.
126. Oops. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
There comes your buddy, Dan's
Yeah.
buddy in here.
So it's Dan's brother. Dan's brother.
So I guess Dan got all the hair in the family.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Got the looks, got the
Oh, and
girl,
by the way, the
and the hair.
goatee, I made Todd have that goatee. He's like one of the coolest people I know, down to earth, chill. And he had that wacky shirt on. Or he had that wacky shirt. He asked me between this and like a normal looking shirt. I'm like, oh, that shirt all the way. And I thought it'd be hilarious if the subplot of this guy was some I Love Lucy fanatic. So he did a Ricky Ricardo. You got some explaining to do, but Lucy, I'm home. These beads
She's
were in
got
effect.
wheels. She's got wheels right there.
Yeah.
Brooke. She jumped down and kept just yeah. She got she got
Oh
skills.
yeah. So she was pumped. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was just looking chasing." This was day 2 of filming. We filmed this chase scene, and um, he's like, "That bitch, that bitch." That's my favorite shot. The Christmas tree shot. Rack focus back to him. That's my favorite shot in the movie, and I love that shot too. Her running through the Christmas trees. I love this shot as well of him running. But anyway, I had him grow out that awkward goatee, and he was getting married that Saturday, and so he was able to shave after he. That's a CO2 gun, so we can get some real firepower, you
That's
know.
right.
And then the Christmas tree. We were filmed at a Christmas tree farm. We had to also avoid stepping on the baby trees because that would cost us money.
Right, right. There she goes. Got away.
I think you're like 3 seconds ahead of me, but that's fine. For 10 seconds. Yeah, no, I wanted the subplot of like, oh, maybe there are some plague people here, you know?
Yeah.
But then we thought of the line like, oh, you're not here to celebrate solstice? That was our PA on set. For some reason, that shot ended up really terrible on TUBI.
Where'd you get the uniform for the cop? Was that
The
just
cop, yeah, we rented this cop. There's a local cop car rental place and comes with. Do you have any idea how fast they're going? This is one of my favorite scenes. And this is NJ.
super high speed?
Yeah, tar. So NJ submitted his audition tape, and he did one tape where he was in English speaking or like regular talking, his regular voice. And he did another one where he had an Irish accent for no reason. I did not ask for the cop to be Irish. That was not in the script at all. But he was really bold. He made this really bold move. But I just started laughing. Like, this is hilarious. We got this Irish cop. And so have you been drinking? It's 9 in the morning, officer.
Yeah, sometimes I look at some of the cops' uniforms. Man, some of those are they're pretty. Oof, they're pretty awful.
Yeah. Did you like this one, or is
I
it
know I like
passable or
this
no?
one. No, no,
Okay,
it looks
okay.
no. The badge
Yeah.
really is. He's wearing the badge really nice.
Yeah.
Of course, he's doing the sobriety test.
Yes. Hey, mother.
A little different.
Hold on with your eyes, not your head. Yeah. Are you from Ireland? Yeah. So
Uh,
Rucka Ali has a running joke of that he's black and he's from the hood and stuff. So, and obviously he's not. But this thing was great, like where he's like, "Oh, should I carry him?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then Mike was like, "Oh, should I spit up blood?" I'm like, "Yes, if you can." And so I think that really well. He actually legitimately almost dropped him there, and I thought it worked really well. So that worked um, in the movie.
yeah, I was impressed when he picked up Mike, 'cause Mike he doesn't look exactly like the smallest guy.
He's actually not. I think he asked him how much he weighed, and he goes, "Oh, a buck 50 soaking wet," was his
Oh,
response. Oh, Nanette got an ad.
I'm trying to think of the ending of this movie. It reminds me of another ending, and I'm trying to think of what it was.
Okay, Nanette's back to the movie. I'm at 132.02.
All right, I have a commercial here.
Oh, he got it. She got a commercial.
Yeah, 132.
Okay, I'll pause it. I'm at 132.12. Let me know
Yeah,
when
like
you're
I said,
back.
like I said, I was happy that you didn't kill him off. I mean, well, he could have, very easily, but I was glad because, it's almost like, well, after this adventure, I think he learned his lesson. I don't think he'll ever do anything stupid like this again.
Let's hope so. I mean, well, we keep it kind of open ended where he gets stabbed, maybe he survives, maybe he dies. I'll let people speculate, but you don't
Right.
you kind of go through the notion that he's going to be okay. But okay, are you let me know when you're back on.
All right. Nope, got another one. Danica Patrick this time.
Oh wow.
What are you working on right now? Now the movie's been out. I mean, are you in pre-production for anything?
Well, I have a couple screenplays in the works. Um but yeah, nothing. I'm not quite in pre-production quite yet. Let me know when you're back on, by the way. And we'll
We're back on.
Okay, what are you at? Where are you at?
We are at 132.23.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to you.
Yeah,
Um,
she had good wheels.
did you pause it?
You want me to pause it?
No. Okay. Did you get to him falling?
Yeah, he just did. He just fell.
Okay. 132.32, guys. 132.32. And ready? Are you there?
Yep.
And play. So he really fell there, and that could have gone so bad. So many, like he legitimately fell,
Oh,
and we kept rolling, and I thought it's kind of hilarious, but at the same time things could have gone really bad. He had some scrapes on his hand. Luckily he was he was cool, and wasn't really injured, or else I'm sure any other actors might have, it could have been a really really bad situation.
right.
I've had nightmares about that, in fact. And
I've had a lot of directors have had nightmares about that shit since that Rust incident.
oh gosh, well, Russ was beyond idiotic. I mean, that should have
Yeah.
never ever, that would never ever happen on my film
I
set.
just don't get how. Look, I don't get how Baldwin, it was a straight face, can sit there and say, I didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
I don't.
That guy's beyond trash. I don't care what anyone says. Like,
To me, it's like, well, Alec, how about the simple fact that there's live ammunition on the set and they're shooting it on the set. They're off the set. I mean, what about
right.
that?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. And guns don't go off. They don't just randomly. Real guns, fake guns, they don't magically go off. Okay, unless you put a gun in a microwave or something like that. I mean,
right,
like it's not. going to go off. So how the heck, speaking about getting off, he got off like scot free on that, which he should be in jail for.
Well, that's
Now
what
he's
he
got a
wanted.
TLC show. He's got a
That's
TLC
why.
show.
That's why he's got a TLC show, because he needs the money.
Right. Well, and he's
I'm
trying to
sure.
distract the fact that
I'm
he
sure.
murdered
I'm
someone.
sure his legal fees are way out there.
But the guy murders someone, man. I mean,
Yeah.
and
And
voluntarily or not. I mean,
I do think he should have. The most he should have got was maybe involuntary manslaughter.
yeah.
But there's just no way in hell you can sit there and judge and get out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, even if you weren't with them, but if you could hear them shooting off the set, you could hear them doing target. That's and as far as I'm concerned, as an actor, you have responsibilities too. You want to make sure that everything's copacetic.
Mhm.
I don't know. I know a lot of people that they won't do a scene, even if they walk it off and block it off, they will still go through the motions
Oh,
to
look, you'll
have
see Rideshare, my movie, in that. That's a little Easter egg there on the TV of the bar. Shout out to the Stockman Club in Fair Oaks, California.
their
This is
oaks.
a
Oh,
yeah, a local dive bar. Yeah, did you ever go to Stockman Club because you went to
I
Carmichael?
haven't been in Stockman's Club. I've been through. I've been to Fair Oaks.
You know Old Town Fair Oaks? Um, yeah, that's the owner of the bar right there. The guy that says, "Hot damn." And there's Bunny, of course.
Yeah, and they're closed. Those are still kind of rank.
Oh, you're a little bit behind me. I'll pause it for a sec because you're a bit behind me.
Is it? I'm trying to think of the movie that
Has she
where.
walked into the bar yet? Has she walked into?
Yep, just now.
Okay. All right. You're a bit
Now we get to see Bunny. We didn't get to
Yep.
see Bunny first time. Now we get to see her.
Yeah. Here's her actual character because she needed to fill in. Thing about Bunny in this character, I'm like, hey, she's like, oh, what should I wear? And then I'm like, oh yeah, you're real salt of the earth, like maybe flannel type thing. And she kept sending me costumes like this, and it was like the sexy, like open button, tiny short shorts. Like I'm like, no, 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 not like that, Bunny, not like that. Like like fully covered up, not you know, I don't know, but it was funny.
That's a pretty
And
bar.
yeah, you're 21, right? No, but I will be. Right. So here we go.
Yeah, I am. I am today.
Right. So this newscaster is Marcus Allen, very famous. So he's a celebrity.
Who is it?
Marcus Allen. He has an ABC show, ABC 10 show, where he reviews movies. He's always on the red carpets. He's interviewed everyone in Hollywood, from Tom Cruise to George Clooney to
Okay.
anyone and everyone. And he's become a friend of mine, and I hired him to do this part. But yeah, this I wanted to show. This is like the aftermath of what happened. So essentially, in the real story is she gets away, she escapes, but when she came out, no one believed her. No one believed her.
Right.
They
Right.
thought she did it just for money and fame. So, or they thought she was in on it. She thought that she
Right.
organized it himself. So it's like we spend this whole time knowing that she got kidnapped, but then some people think that that she actually didn't
That's
get
the
kidnapped and that this is a twist ending. This isn't a twist ending. The only twist is the fact that no one believes her.
right.
And
The thing is, though, is like she's a social media personality, so she's probably just doing this for views.
exactly, exactly. So it works. So her looks and occupation are going completely against her right now, and it shows how people judge based on those things. And now,
Oh,
oh
the
well,
thing.
she's this hot blonde girl. Obviously,
Oh,
she's fine. Look at her. She's happy. She's
it's
interviewing happy right there. And this is in front of my folks' old house. And you see the kid in the background, Zeke, underneath the newscaster. The newscaster there on the left is my friend Nick Vincent. That kid is actually his kid. So his kid Michael. He's grown a whole bunch since then. This is 3 years ago. So He's that kid's grown up quite a bit. He's a lot taller now.
That's gonna be very exciting to see what happens to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, I think it's gonna be very interesting.
And I hope this really is a springboard for her. I really do. I hope it's something that helps her in her career, something that she can show other people that she's done and
How
helps
how
her.
how how has the feedback been, Tremaine? I mean, have you had really good reviews for the film?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's been mixed online on IMDb. Some people have, you
I
know,
don't I don't count IMDb.
I know, neither do I. The problem is a lot of people look at it and they're like, "Oh, well, IMDb has mixed reviews, blah blah blah." So I think it's at like 5.2 or something. So on face value, it's not that good. But the people that love it absolutely love it. That's kind of how my first movie was. People really liked it or they hated it. So at least to me, I always feel like at least you're doing something. You're getting some type of reaction. Right now, like the feature review is on IMDb is every loser who could buy a camera thinks they're a filmmaker now. This is the worst things I've ever seen ever. And I've seen a soldier get beheaded. Okay, so this is what people have responded. If you guys all at home could do me a favor, go to imdb.com, look at SiMP, and write a positive review, please. Write a
Yeah,
positive.
no, by all means. I mean, I wish wow, someone actually saw something on best score and said your movie was something better and worse. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
I
brutal,
I
and
I
and
will I
and
will I will have to say, well, the coffee table was, sheesh. That's the last.
oh, you're frozen. You're frozen and sideways
Yeah.
again. But yeah, so basically, it has a 5.2, but there's 10 people that gave it 10 stars. There's 10 people that gave it 1 star, and then there's everything in between. So, yeah, if you
I don't.
guys
I
can give
don't.
it at least a 7 or above, it'll help us. It'll help.
Well, I know you'll get some subs on your YouTube channel already. I know Nanette and Ava had done it, done it. Probably Tom. Tom's a really good supporter.
Oh, great.
Uh, yeah, Tom's really. I'm waiting for Tom to actually to kick off his channel. I'm waiting to see what see what he's got in plan. He seems to be one of those secret talented guys who needs just a little bit of nudging to get it cracking. But I think he has something. I think he has something to offer us. Um, you mentioned that you know what? I have been to the Cattleman place. I have been. That thing's been around for. I think it's been open for. Jeez, I want to say 100 years,
Oh, wow.
if I'm not mistaken. And that thing's been around since forever. Since forever.
Cattleman's? Or
Yeah.
you mean Stockman Club?
Stockman's. I
Yeah, oh
know.
yeah, you did go to. Yeah, it has been 100 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a staple of the community.
yeah. We've been there. I was
Yeah.
like, I know that. Look, that's yeah. My stepdad used to eat, or my dad used to eat steak there. I don't know.
Oh
I
wow.
forgot what we had, but I remember him eating T-bone steaks.
Oh wait, that's Cattleman's. Yeah, that is Cattleman's. Stockman Club is just a bar. They don't serve food.
Cattleman's. I think that's well, we would Cattleman's because we had a family.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So let's see. Then it says here. She did 9 stars for Simp.
Wow.
I think
Thank
that's
you, Nanette.
solid.
Thank you, Nanette. I really appreciate it.
I love looking for the future stars. That's what I really like in a movie like Simp or the Quiet Eagle death of Queen Cecilia or Greet Your Demons. Greet Your Demons oh man. I have to finish my review of that tonight, but I'm so anxious to talk to I mean, it's very exciting. It's going to be very exciting. Um, yes, very exciting to know too that your cast and crew is still working. The movie has come out. It's done. It's going to do well. I do think. See, to me, it's like what's really cool. Well, plus, honestly, and we've been having fun with this we've been having fun with this all night. But honestly, I love the fact that you did do that documentary. I mean, I really talk about that. I talk about that a lot, actually.
Cat Town?
Yeah. Yeah,
We're going
I
back
do.
to Cat. We go back to all roads lead back to Cat Town. No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's why
Uh,
I, that's why I reviewed it and gave it 10 stars and threw it on the site.
I
It's
appreciate.
it's really weird when you find a movie like that and you write a review for it, because that's what I like trying to do. I like trying to find. I don't know if I'm successful at it or not, but a lot of the movies I get I do the dollar theater,
Hmm.
and it's where we find movies that find movies out in the wild, or friends or give us to them for $1.25 or less, because a lot of people spend a lot of money on movies. I can't afford that. Um, but what I can do is I can afford to spend $1.25, and then I look for treasures. I look for old movies that nobody else has talked about or seen or anything else. And I love these independent movies too, because to me it's the same thing. It's like this is a movie that people haven't really spotted yet, but they didn't spot the coffee table either. But they have now. They didn't they didn't spot Brightwood, but they do now. They talk about it now. Um, to me,
Yes,
that's
Rideshare Ava is the other movie that I made. That's the first one. Rideshare, one
yeah.
word.
It's now. What movies have been released? I know Cat Town has been. I do believe Cat Town has been released on Bayview, right? Bayview or release that or no?
Bayview? What's Bayview?
Okay, no, that's wrong. No, I'm trying to think of who released Cat Town. If he released it on physical yet?
Yes, it is on physical. You can buy Cat Town on physical media.
See,
Wow, we
Burt
got Burt
Reynolds.
Reynolds in here. Burt Reynolds came back from the grave. The grave.
Burt.
I I haven't seen your movie yet. I will check it out one of these days. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Some YouTube content
Good to
creators
see Burt.
really
Good
could
to
make
see
a
Burt.
movie. You see it when you see it.
Good to see Burt up and on his feet. The
Yeah,
the YouTube
Burt.
content creators could really make a movie. There are some people out there that are trying to do that. There are some there. I know that Ken and Ashley from Sledgehammer Horror. I know that they're out there making a movie. They're making a movie this weekend. I'm sure that I'm sure Kenny was sitting there going like, he's a football fan too, and I'm sure he was sitting there going like, "All right, quit texting me about fucking football. I'm making a movie here." Bert says his favorite movie, Helltown Comes to Frogtown. God, that used to play all the time on USA Up All Night. Uh,
Helltown. Huh.
okay, looks like Ernest Hawkins is here. Hey, Ernest, how are you? See, Ernest is see, Ava says she's pulled up. I got to watch Rise Share too.
Yeah, you
I,
do. I'd love to hear what you think of it.
yeah, I will definitely watch and review that for sure. Yeah, anything, yep, anything new like that, yeah, count me in.
Great.
I gotta finish Queen Cecilia, and I gotta finish Greet Your Demons. Then our friend Michael Cassie, a friend of the show, Michael Cassie, he's got a new horror film coming out too called um, No Tears in Hell.
Oh wow.
Brutal, brutal. That
Really?
that's gonna make your fur stand on the back of your head.
Ooh,
It's
gosh.
really, really good, but it is not for the weak of heart. It's a good movie, good acting. I mean, the main character in this film, man, you won't soon forget him.
Wow.
Yeah, he won't. I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm still trying to fight myself and see if I want to interview him. I don't know if I want to, because he looks I was seriously, he's very talented, but man,
Mhm.
he creeps the shit out of me. But the thing is, that's his job, right? That's his job.
Huh.
He's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable,
Well,
and he does it.
exactly, exactly.
Oh,
That's our job. You have to get some feelings out of it. And Atomic Age Originals. Oh, interesting. Well, I got about a couple minutes left. I'm about to go see Danny Glover tonight, so I gotta get going. If there's any last questions for me
uh,
or the movie or anything, let me know. Ask away. But I
well,
better
Burt
get going.
Reynolds wants to know what's your favorite movie from your what's your favorite movie?
That I've made or movie in general.
I think do both.
Okay. Well, my favorite movie that I've made right now, it's SiMP. I think it's SiMP. I think it's my best work. I think it's better than my first movie, although some people think like my first movie more. So, but I like SiMP a lot. I'm proud. I'm pretty proud of it. And my favorite movie of all time is a movie called Minority Report, starring Tom Cruise and directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yep, yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's my I love future I love thrillers in general. I love thrillers and uh movies that keep you guessing. And also has some humor in there. It's futuristic, so I love stuff about the future. And it's Steven Spielberg. I
Oh, I
mean,
just
come
got
on.
done watching that. I got done watching a time loop movie. I reviewed it. It's coming out on Monday called 222.
Oh, interesting.
Very
Wow.
interesting movie. Very interesting movie. I would it was it's a really good. It could have been great. Could have been
Ah.
great. Just
What's your favorite movie of all time, Patrick?
God, right now. I still have to go at the movie called A Dark Song.
A Dark Song. Okay. Okay.
Just
Never heard of it, but that sounds
it's an Irish film. Came out in 2017.
it's
Directed
an
by Liam.
Irish film.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, stunning. But it's
Burt
haunting.
Reynolds, I'll tell you know what, Glover, I'll tell Glover that Burt Reynolds said, Hope you have a wonderful dinner with Mr. Glover." I will tell him that.
Man, honestly,
Uh,
if you do get a chance to see Danny Glover and you
yeah.
shake his hand, tell him a fan of the Christmas Train said hello.
Okay.
Have you
All right,
seen the
I'll do
Christmas?
my best. I can't make any
Oh,
promises, but I'll do my best. Nanette says, "What was your inspiration for wanting to get into making movies?" Funny story. Well, I watched a movie called Lion King when I was about 8 years old, and I cried during a certain part in that movie. We won't spoil it. We won't spoil it. But afterwards, I was like, "Why did I'm eight. I'm an 8 year old child at the time, and I'm like, why did I just cry over a cartoon? This is ridiculous. It's not even real. Why did I cry?" So the whole idea of storytelling and getting feelings out of an audience fascinated me. So from there on, I was hooked, and I'm like, hey, it would be really cool to make movies. I also started out as an actor when I was 5 years old. I was in every single school play from when I was 5 till when I was in eighth grade. And when seventh grade rolled around, my parents had a video camera. I'm like, wait a second. If I made a video camera, I don't have to audition and I could just make the video and be in it. And then I just fell in love with being behind the camera. So, yeah, that's about it. That's my story. I really appreciate you guys um, tuning in and thank you so much, Patrick, for having me.
oh yes. Well, we're gonna come. We're gonna bring you back. Like I said, I wasn't fooling about that. We'll bring you back in a couple of months, and we'll do either a ride share or we'll do your documentary film. Uh,
Okay. That
yeah,
sounds good.
I probably the documentary.
The Cat Town story, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like the Cat Town story, guys. I'm really glad you
No, we'll
like.
watch ride share. We'll watch ride
Yeah,
share,
yeah,
and
watch that as well. Yeah, for sure.
as far as what's going on the rest of the channel, we got a few shows left this week. Tomorrow night we'll be here at 8 o'clock. And me and Mary Wilson and Ben from Cadaver Club, and of course Big Hoss will be with us. The IC Midnighters, we're going to be watching and covering Devil's Gate, which is an excellent science fiction thriller movie. Yeah, you'll definitely want to come for that. We'll be talking about that at 8 o'clock here. That's tomorrow night. And then Tuesday, we have a return visit from our good friend Ante Gallant. He'll be here talking about his new film, Sanguine Teeth on a Driftless Road. One of the most unusual titles ever. And he'll be here on the 29th. And then on the 30th, we'll bring in Elena Desmond. She is an English actress, and she has starred in some of those fun, Christopher Robin movies. Some of the movies they make it out of the public domain Disney movies, like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. She's in Piglet.
Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen that movie yet. I want to see it though.
Yeah, I saw Piglet. I got to finish that out too. We talked to.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, it just got released. It's actually on Tubi.
No
Uh,
way.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Alex Butler is in there. He plays Piglet, and he's very formidable. Very does a really nice job. And we'll be talking to her about her roles in
Piglet.
those films
Ooh,
because that right now that is British horror right now. They're doing
about
all those
Piglet.
movies about all the fairy tale creatures,
Well,
and
that's what's brilliant. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, that they always say Disney's brilliance wasn't original ideas. It was just taking popular fairy tales, and he was the first to really do it. And then now that a lot of them are becoming in the public domain, now it's brilliant to copy that and make a horror movie out of Winnie the Pooh. Or now we got Steamboat Willie. People are going to do a Steamboat
right.
Willie one, and
I think they're just doing a ton of them. They
yeah,
try to do the first one. They had the first one in the shoot. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1, and it came out and it got a lot of publicity and a lot of people, ton of people went out and watched it, but it was done so cheaply that wasn't done very well. But now that they made a ton of cash, now they can turn around and make better movies. So that's what we're hoping to see. I can tell you right now, I like Piglet. Piglet was all right. It was a slasher movie. Alex has a formidable size, is playing Piglet, and fresh young cast for English, for English movies. Good to see that for the English because they're the ones that are taking the charge on this. All these movies are all coming from the UK. There's not that many
yeah.
here going up there because they haven't really got up and running yet. But in the UK, they've been putting them out there now for the last year and a half.
Um,
So we'll be talking with Elena on the next Wednesday, and then the last show will be May 1st, and we'll be talking with who are we talking with? We'll be talking with Christian singer songwriter Brian Elder will be here with us.
Real quick is Tom Baker says, I love the conversation. In 1974. I just saw that a couple months ago, starring Gene Hackman. Brilliant movie, very well
Yeah,
shot, very suspenseful, awesome movie. That is a great movie. That's a good
that
call.
is a
Uh,
fantastic
um,
movie.
and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Nanette says I was doing a live stream movie, and I don't know how long it's going to last, but hopefully it ain't 3 hours long.
Oh,
Speaking of 3 hours long, we're coming up at 3 hours long,
oh yeah,
and
we're getting out of here.
I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you so much for having me. Guys, whether you're watching it on my channel or on Patrick's channel, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Subscribe to Have Cheetah Will View, Have Cheetah Will Watch Party. It's been a lot of fun.
Been a lot of fun. Thank you guys all for coming. We're out of here. And thank you again. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for Devil's Gate. Uh, see you soon. Peace.
Okay. Peace. All right.